It's first stop to the next stop. Peace and blessings. Thank you, Slick. All right, for the slight introduction first before we start off. Today is Monday, July 29th. It is Super Dave along with Serge, the sports star.
What's happening?
Slick, the relic.
The living fossil.
Todd, the magnificent.
Back in the building once again.
All right,
Ready to go.
Shout out to our boy, Coach Kurt, who's sitting out today, had a long weekend trip, and he's
I didn't give him permission.
recuperating. All right, shout out to Coach Kurt.
Hey, Coach.
All right.
What up, Kurt?
You are well missed already. All right, here we go.
We probably don't got no what you call today,
No
right?
trivia.
No trivia.
I got
coming. You got
something
trivia?
up my
Oh,
All right, maybe one.
And you have all the answers.
Maybe one. Okay, well,
Yeah, he ain't got a peak this time.
all right. I'm telling you, man, I got the sports star sitting right next to me, so he know that my peripheral vision is
Still really good.
Eagle eye sharp.
That's right.
sustained. All right, all right.
It's good.
Let them pick what they want. I can't even tell you what color it was. Anyway, how was your weekend, sir?
It was good. Just wishing the wife a happy birthday again, baby.
happy
Love
birthday,
you.
Wanda.
It was her birthday yesterday. We went out to dinner, had a nice little dinner, just the two of us. We them kind of people. We like to keep it private. We not really party people, but we had a nice time, and the weekend was good.
That's
Yep.
good. That's good.
All right. The relic, how was your weekend? Welcome back.
Yeah.
We missed you.
No, thank you.
Maybe.
Speak for yourself.
See that? I said maybe.
Yeah, my pops was in the hospital, but he home now.
Good to hear,
That's
good to hear.
Yep.
And my son got to see his sickle cell doctor before he got the transplant with his graduation stuff on.
All right.
And he
Oh,
seen
that's
his
great.
stem cell doctors with his graduation. So we did a little hospital bouncing around, She ain't seen him in 2 years, so that was a good thing.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Everything
great.
good.
That's good.
Yep.
Nice.
All right, great. Magnificent.
I had a great weekend. Celebrated my wife pre-retirement on Friday evening after work. They took her out. And
Shout out to Sharon.
yeah, she got 2 more days to go, so I know we'll be doing some more celebrating. And the rest of the weekend, I just relaxed. I didn't have no choice after Friday night.
You couldn't do anything else.
Exactly.
Well, all right, so let's just back it up to Friday. or why don't we just go in reverse it to Sunday, back to Saturday, and how'd you end up with the situations the way it was?
I think I'm still tired.
Understand. All right. So, yeah, I went to a comedy show on Friday night. Shout out to Bernard, the bus driver. And, his church had a comedy show. It was at occasions. It was nice, well put together. Of course, they kept everything clean because they was doing it
For the church.
Shout out to Kurt,
no doubt.
the
So,
coach. He said, "What's going on?"
all right. So then after that, we rolled into Saturday. I took my daughter to the airport. I came back. I was real lethargic. I don't know. I must have got up way early. Like, girl, let's go. But anyway, so she went to ATL for the weekend. And then came back home and I was checking out the game. No, the game. See, I was jacked up. The game was yesterday.
You talking about USA Serbia?
Right,
Which game? That's the question.
Yeah. Yesterday. All right. Fast forward. Yeah. And I found myself checking out the game yesterday. So what do y'all guys think of the game?
What's your game?
The game
USA
yesterday.
Serbia.
Oh. Okay, where you want to start with that?
Anywhere you feel that's, justified, everybody got their
Okay.
take, So
I don't like I tell you, they gotta know that's too early. Whoever that's called.
it might be.
I ain't gonna say nothing this time.
All right.
Surge.
All right. Post. Is
saying
that
nothing.
you, Post?
Yo, what's going on, man? How's everybody?
All right.
Post.
All right, for you, we'll accept this call.
Yeah, we
Yo, I
usually
apologize.
We usually we don't accept calls before 5 o'clock.
It sounds good, Post.
You gotta let us talk first, get it going first.
Yo,
Alright, but
I
listen.
know y'all about to get it going.
But listen, why you called in and you checked in? Because it's always appreciative.
No doubt.
Shout out your radio program here at Bars and Hoops.
Oh, you already know, man. Rally Radio, Saturdays, 12 noon to 2. Fast Life meets Fast Lane.
All right. So I know you called in to give your intake on the game yesterday.
Yes, and you know what? Just USA basketball in the whole. And for the first time yesterday when I watched them play Serbia, I really, really saw Serbia trying to rough them up. That was actually amazing. The fact that they came out, and I believe they went up like almost 10 points on USA without nobody scoring. Then they get started. Then when they get started, you start to notice that the Serbian players are like running into them and hard fouls and all of that, right? And they call them regular fouls, but they called a flagrant foul. Who was it on? I think they called a flagrant
Embiid.
foul.
Or
It was
LeBron, one of them.
It was one of them, and it was like it was no different than the foul that the guy committed on Kevin Durant. Like the dude, I can't get his name. I don't know his name,
Right.
but the Serbian guy ran right into Kevin Durant when he had the ball.
Yeah.
And I was saying to myself, like, how are they gonna allow that and not call it anything? Like that's not a basketball play. And it just reminded me that these guys, let me tell you, they're gonna have a hard way to go because Wednesday they play South Sudan. And I think Saturday they play Puerto Rico.
Oh, Puerto Rico.
South Sudan they're gonna have to look out for because Sudan just got their first win for their country.
Right.
And Puerto Rico lost the other day.
And South Sudan,
South Sudan.
just barely
Right.
lost to them in the exhibition game.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. If it wasn't for, the late heroics of LeBron that I know Todd over there is like, whatever.
I really don't think that that they're gonna lose.
Nah, they too deep.
It's just what scares me more than anything is this coach we got coaching them. Because he
Kurt.
just proved to me, Kurt.
Kurt.
Coach Kurt.
Kirk.
Yeah. Because he just proved to me, and he came up with this thing. Oh, the what you call it? The team they played, the Serbs, the better lineup was not playing Tatum. That
Right.
tells me you can't coach. If you're gonna sit one of your best players on your team, he don't get no burn because you said the matchups or the matchup on him. It should be a walk in the park. You should use that to your advantage. But he said he will play, but he just didn't like the matchup with his playing. He didn't think he could keep up with the Serbs guards.
But
To
Todd,
me, go ahead.
could I be honest with you though, Todd? You know what drives me up the wall about that? Is that I think he's right.
No, I don't
Jason
think he's
Tatum
right.
looking soft out there.
I
boy.
don't think he's right. I don't think he's right for the simple fact is, as a coach, you put your players in certain situations to compete. Now, if he gets in the game and sometimes I gotta go by him, so be it. They do it to all of them. But is that going to make you lose the game that you don't
Nah,
play him at all?
When I was watching them in the beginner games, in the pre games, like
Mhm.
before they got to this part, the Olympic part of it,
Right.
Jason Tatum, I don't know what it is. He just looked like a
He-
fish out of water. He don't look like
He
he's
wasn't
like,
looking like himself, and I agree with you. He wasn't looking
Yeah.
like himself. But to me, again, that comes with coaching. That's just me.
Yeah,
It comes
but
with
you know
coaching.
what?
You don't sit the guy
A coach's
now.
job also.
Now, my thing is this.
Uh-huh.
So you got this guy on your team, and so you're going to sit him out and not play him at all?
I don't think that's the case. I think he's motivating them. Because remember,
you-
a coach's job also is to motivate, especially when they feel like they have they better players and they got to get more out of them. I really feel like he benched him purposely and put White in to motivate him.
Now, to
Yo,
me,
how you gonna put this dude in and I'm the number one dude on my team? He's number 4, number 5.
Now,
He
this is
getting
my
more
thing.
burn.
If anything, and I think he hurts the team more than he helps the team, I would have said, I wouldn't say I would have set him the whole game, but I would have had Embiid in place to play him, instead of playing him on the wing, play him as a big. So this way another big has to guard him, and he could take a big.
Yeah.
So that's
I'm
what
just-
coaching comes into it. You don't
I
let him
feel
hold a
like-
wing. You let him hold a big. That's just me.
I feel like you right about that. I feel like Embiid
He's hurting him.
He's not himself. He must be injured.
Yeah, he's not
The
himself.
head coach is Steve Kerr, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I think that
Yes.
I'm not
Eric Spoelstra and Ty Ludo.
right.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
Kerr-
I'm saying. They got
Good. We good, coach.
3 championship
Yeah.
coaches.
Mhm.
you know what? In my opinion, honestly, I think that he just slept on Tatum yesterday, and they had to come up with an excuse why he didn't play.
And I heard he
He
said
got
that
so
before the
many
game.
guys.
He said he wasn't playing them before the game.
Oh, he told him before. See, that's
Before the
ridiculous.
game.
You can't tell me
I
before
heard
the game.
he was told before the game that he wasn't going to play. Yep.
Wow. Why you even got me here?
Yep.
See you
Tatum
after
took that like a
class,
professional
son.
then because
So that's telling me you don't know how to coach this team. That's what that shows for me, that you don't know how to coach this team.
I don't know. I'll tell you what.
They
If
got
he
so
does
much
that in
talent
more
that
than
if you don't
one
play
game,
everybody, you still gonna win.
Yeah.
yeah. If he does that in more than one game, I can see. I just want to maybe I don't know because like I said, Tatum and B looked bad too, and he was benched. Like he caught a second foul. It was like, yo, sit down, man. Like you looking crazy out here.
He doesn't fit with that team. You ask me. He doesn't fit.
Nah.
He doesn't.
And
fit.
B moved too slow, and you still.
Yeah.
I hate to say it,
And they
man.
want to run.
Yeah. And it's like he can't move. It's like that's why I say he must be hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but I will say this
still be
though.
100%.
He wasn't. He can't be 100% from the playoffs to now, and he was dragging hurt in the playoffs.
Right.
So
That's
he
a fact.
shouldn't have played.
That's a fact.
He really shouldn't be playing.
Yeah, he
That's a
probably
fact.
still
He
not
really
100%.
shouldn't be playing. Right.
That's a fact. I ain't going to hold y'all up because I know y'all want to talk about it amongst yourselves, but I will say this one last thing. Kevin Durant is truly him, LeBron, and Steph on this team. There should be no problem. There probably going to be some close games, but there should be no problem winning.
They ain't gonna let them lose. I doubt it.
Because Steph was looking. I mean, you just forget how this guy shoots. Like it's like crazy. Like he hits, and Kevin Durant was just knocking everything down.
Mm-hmm.
And LeBron James is the driving force. I feel like everybody else could really get around them, but at the end of the day, the most important player is Holiday.
Oh yeah, he's definitely.
I
tell you, the surprise player on that team for me is the guy we dog all year during the NBA season is AD. He's playing very well.
He's playing very well. Defense, offense.
Block. Yeah, he's playing very well. So all those guys got their role. It's not like with a team like that, you don't have to do so much. You know what I mean? You just play your part and they can win. Everybody play their part and they can win. And I think I said it last week. If they concentrate more on defense than the offensive end, because the offense, you're going to score. Nobody's going to stop them from scoring. They just got to concentrate on shutting the other teams down. And I think they'll be okay. That's my thing.
And I think they got to get a little bit more bully ball with them. That's why I liked what LeBron James did, man. Look, you and the dude fell to the floor. Get off me because you got to start showing. You know where they fall behind with us is physicality. That's what you got to like. Even Kobe pointed that out when he ran into Pau Gasol's chest. You lack physicality,
right?
And if you don't have physicality, that's what we have over them. That's what you got to start using it. I feel like a lot of the NBA players, they go in there trying to be nice. They don't talk no smack. They be like, oh, we here playing for the USA. Nah, you need to treat them like you're in the league because a lot of the stuff that they was doing out there, they don't do when they in the league. They play with heart.
But Post,
you can't.
It's crazy because European basketball is actually more physical than the NBA. The NBA has tried to outlaw physicality.
Right.
Yes.
They don't have that anymore. So these guys ain't used to playing that kind of ball. They play finesse ball, 3-point shooting, running up and down the court. The physical part of it is what we are lacking because they don't play that in the NBA. Whereas in Europe, that's all they play.
But let me ask you a question, Serge. Do you think it's more like they play physical, like good physical, or they play physical to hurt you physically?
No, they just play hard. They go at you real hard. They come at you hard. They foul you hard. In the NBA, you're not allowed to do that. That's the old NBA. That's the 1980s NBA, the way that Europe plays.
Now you're right.
As good as Europe is getting, they're still behind us, so they still playing the old basketball. That even though they got them big guys that shoot like crazy, they ain't get around to where it's like the NBA yet. They still 1980s.
They're gonna
NBA.
get that's why they're gonna get run out the gym. It'll be blowouts. Those games will be blowouts because the US is gonna run them out. And I don't think those teams could keep up with us as far as going up and down the court.
So
there's only 3 teams I'm really worried about. And right off the rip, Canada, you gotta look out for Canada.
Well, yeah,
they got the most NBA players.
Right.
And I don't know, Germany, to me, Germany can shoot. I don't know if you saw the exhibition game they played, but these guys was knocking everything down. And not for nothing, I think the third team that they really, really got to worry about is going to be the ones they've always worried about: Spain, and what's the other one?
France.
And France, because they at home and they booing Embiid every time he touched the ball.
Yeah.
Yo, with that being said,
He's
man, I'm gonna
slowing
get
us
on
down.
up out of here,
He's slowing
man.
us down.
Y'all enjoy the rest of the show. I'm tuned in. I'm listening, man. That's
Thank
what
you,
make sure
man.
everything's
Much
going good.
Thank you,
appreciated.
thank you,
Always.
thank you. All right, my brother.
Thank you.
All right, y'all take it easy.
But you know the 5 o'clock rule now.
I do. I know the.
Yo,
I
man.
know the.
I gotta emphasize that. 'cause
Anytime
some
you
of our
call
other
is
callers
most
gonna be like,
appreciated.
I got
All right.
you. Y'all take it
All right.
easy. All right, sir.
All
all right, folks.
So y'all take it easy.
My brother.
All right. Don't
Later.
worry.
You know, some of our
Peace.
regulars might feel offended. I don't want anybody out there feeling offended. We still got that 5 o'clock rule.
Nah. I ain't offended. Trust me. I know the drill. Yo, that's what
All
it is.
right.
All right.
All right, later, y'all.
Hey,
Peace.
folks,
Peace.
later.
What?
That was a
right.
phone test.
All right. So,
Yeah,
right.
that was
so,
a test.
so,
That was a test, gentlemen. Only a
but
test.
not only that, if that dude call anytime, I'm answering the phone. And sorry about you 5 o'clock. If he call, I'm picking up. So, all right, but Serge,
You
Serge will
gotta
still,
let him know he's the technical engineer for
Right.
this show.
Serge
He's
will
like the
still
fifth-
let
he's
him
like
know.
The sixth man.
Right.
Right.
He's a tech analyst.
Yeah, he's a tech analyst. We gotta give him a little bit
That's right.
leeway.
Yeah,
Right.
Serge
It ain't
will,
that we trying to dog nobody else out.
Serge will still implement the rule, but just remember that.
No, Dave's gonna implement the rule.
No.
You the man on charge of the phone
Oh,
button.
all right. So
Anyway,
Serge will disconnect.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna show you where to disconnect. Woo, just like that. All right, so just thinking about it, when we reflect on the original Dream Team, did they play physical, or did they?
They blowing everybody out. You,
Yeah, they
But
was,
you-
it was
but
you
you
couldn't
got-
play for the original 92 team.
Right.
Yeah, it was no,
Blowing them out. You couldn't out physical that team.
Right, I'm saying,
Who-
did they play physical?
they didn't have to.
They was
Right.
what was
Not-
the
back
what,
in '92, the rest of the world
Didn't
was in
catch up.
infancy.
Right.
what,
They
what was
wasn't-
the average margin of victory? 30 points.
Now, yeah, how many Europeans
40.
was in the league?
Yeah, 30
Yeah.
There
They
was
was-
maybe one
right.
European in the whole
Yeah.
league.
Right.
Drazen Petrovic,
No,
maybe. I don't know,
It
but
was,
they ain't that.
Well,
It ain't like
it was,
now.
It was Kukoc, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Kukoc,
right.
Kukoc.
On their team.
Right.
On-
Right. Well, I'm just saying. So they catch up.
Yeah, they
So
caught up.
now,
Yeah,
so
they
now
caught up.
they do sort of maybe need to revert to showing some type of physical something in there.
I don't think
Right.
any kind of way them Europeans will try to play us. I think they'll still lose. If they try to get physical, we could get physical right back. Unless the refs, or unless one thing I've noticed too, and it's always, my pet peeve. The refs missed a whole lot of calls. Durant shot a 3 right over the guy, ran into him and knocked him down, and it wasn't even an N1 call.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the one time we knocked the guy down, and the guy's laying down like this, and the guy, the ref don't make the call, so they don't see the court as well to me as like regular refs do. You know what I'm saying? They don't- The Olympic refs,
Yeah.
they don't see it to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's going to be a lot of missed calls.
Right.
A lot of missed calls.
Part of it is the fact that there's a bias against Americans anyway.
Right.
You're in Europe, so you're
Right.
gonna get that kind of treatment in Europe
Right.
automatically. American citizens get that kind of treatment in Europe. They don't favor you. They look at you like, you. I don't
Something
know.
else.
Yeah, like they don't give you the respect that they would to somebody from Spain or somebody from Britain when you're in France, because you're
Right.
not European.
Right.
So that's part of it too. That's why a lot of times you got to be not better, but a step better than better to beat these teams, because you're not getting the calls.
Right.
You got to go into the game expecting not to get the calls.
So Coach Kurt did tap in and said that the U.S. women are up by 30 points fourth quarter.
See, that's a different story, because the
They
women
behind. They like
they
that.
way
they-
right.
they
They
like
like in the
the-
90s.
They-
Right.
like in the 90s,
Right.
correct.
They gotta catch up.
Right. They have nothing.
Right.
There's very few teams out there that could compete with the women, if any. Probably none.
Mm-hmm.
So meantime, between time, G Money just joined us. Shout out to Greg.
What up,
All right. So Yeah. I would just like to think, well, to me, I don't know what I'm looking at sometimes, but when people say Embiid is the weakest link on the team, I could agree. But then when I look at my life, is it White or is it Booker? And I think they both play good, but sometimes I'm looking for something extra from them.
What happens is, and this is for me, y'all tell me if y'all agree. Certain guys can't play with teams like that, and Booker's one of them. You're not going to see Booker at his best with this team because he's used to having the ball in his hand, controlling it, and stuff like that. So, as you see when they playing, who has the ball in their hand every time, bringing the ball up?
LeBron.
You know what I'm saying? Just like he do when he playing that in the NBA in the regular thing, they give him the ball and he does what he does. A lot of guys can't play that way because they used to having a ball with their teams that they play with in the NBA. So sometimes they hit or miss, I feel, with the people that they bring on. Now, I can understand, like they said, why they brought in White, you know what I mean? Even though we felt that, what's her name, should have made it.
Right.
But I can understand why you say you need him. He does certain things, which he does, because the things that you want him to do for your team, he does the same thing for the Celtics when he plays. But then you got guys, you look at stars, and then not everybody can play that role. You know what I mean? That was What's-Your-Call's problem. Remember with the FIBA, I think that was the FIBA with the kid from New Orleans?
Yeah.
Remember Ingram?
Yeah.
And he said, yo,
I'm the number one option.
I'm not getting enough shots. I'm the
Right.
number. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on that team was averaging, he might average 11, 10, 9. You know, everybody's just, bro, you're not going to get that on this team. You're not on the Pelicans. This ain't what this is. You know what I'm saying? So
it's funny though. He probably said out loud what the rest of them was thinking.
Yeah, but
You said they all used to being the man.
Right, but
you
KD,
can't be like that on a team like that.
You know KD and Steph and LeBron's going to be.
They're going to do their thing.
Yeah, they getting their shots.
Right.
And if they shoot and if they making their shots, what are you supposed to do?
Right.
Sit back and let them keep making their
Play
shots.
your role, right? Play your role.
That's why you got the role player.
So if KD didn't shoot 8 for 9, would have Tatum gotten in?
Good question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Like
Or would
if he wouldn't have been scoring, would if he gave him some playing time? Like when you looked at it on the bench, his name is Halliburton, right?
He didn't get it
was happy just to be at the Olympics. He's hyped,
right?
And you could look at Tatum. He's like this.
Tatum was
he wanted
he
to
was
be
doing it.
Yes,
Yeah,
he was
Tatum
clapping, but there was parts where you watched him. He had the stone face.
Right.
He wasn't clapping.
Right.
He wasn't doing nothing.
Right.
He was like, yo, why I'm not in the game?
Right.
Just like somebody said on sports today that if they would have put him in the end of the game, it would have been more of a slap in the face.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
You don't do that. No, you don't do that.
Blowout.
No,
So
you
just
don't do
leave him
that.
out.
Right, because
But-
that's garbage time.
You don't give him garbage time.
I feel like at halftime when they were up, they should have started him in the third quarter to give him some play.
burn.
Oh well, I don't know if you was listening before we started.
Yeah.
I said when we started, to me, I fault the coach. He doesn't know how to coach because you can't fit him into the game. You should know how to fit him into the game. And if you don't fit him into the game, that tells me you don't know how to coach. To me,
So I'm not in his defense, but he said it's 40 minutes. You can't play more than 10 people. So my gripe is, so all these next 5 games, you're only going to see 10 people. 2 people are going to be sitting out. Whatever scenario works, when he does get in, there's going to be 2 people that's not going to get no light.
Why
the day that one of them gets some light, they're going to bring this back up again.
But that's the thing. Why does he say that? He say
Because
that
it's only 40. It's not.
no, I understand what you're saying, what he says, but he's protecting himself by saying that.
Oh, of course.
He's taking the weight off of him.
Right.
That's why I'm not going for that.
No.
I'm not
I
going.
would
I'm not going for that
And
because
like-
he say that.
First things first,
uh,
they should be doing. Spoelstra and Lou should be right there in his ear saying, "Look, these 2 guys didn't play yet. Start them in the second half.
Right.
Give them 5 or 10 minutes.
don't- right.
And that, because
You don't
should
got
be
to start
doing-
the same
You
5
should be doing
every
like
time.
Little League does when they play in the World Series. Everybody got to get up.
Yep.
Everybody got to take in that bat. Everybody got to play the field.
Yep.
You got these guys taking time out of their personal life because
Right.
they all stars, and you having them sit on the bench during the game is ridiculous.
I agree.
But I kind of agree with where Todd was going. Maybe, just maybe, but I blame this on the NBA too. They just want to send all the stars to
So
you
they- to
to-
make sure
right.
they win.
But they should have a representative team with guys who play off the bench that are used to playing with superstars like that. You can still have 8 superstars and have 4 guys, not just
6
white.
6 men of the year.
Oh, Right,
Right.
exactly.
No, I get
like
it,
a, like
right.
a,
4, 6
like a
men of the
Bruce
year.
You
Brown,
need that.
or
Right.
guys like that
Right.
that
That's used to coming
what's
off
the
the
other
bench
kid?
playing.
Caldwell Pope.
Right.
Guys like that.
Yeah.
Right.
You fit them in there,
Yeah.
and you don't have this problem anymore.
Nope.
They used to play them like that, but
Because it's hard to
like
do it with
Charles
all
said,
stars.
all the
It's
stars,
hard.
nobody wants to be not
Right.
the star.
So you start off looking at the roster and saying, "Oh, you're not in. You're not playing this." You know what I'm saying? You look
Right.
at the roster.
Because who you playing against?
Right. Right.
Now you don't
So-
match up with this team.
Right.
We gonna sit you
And I'm-
today.
Right. Meanwhile, like y'all said, they older, but they still greyhounds out there. So I'm expecting Embiid not to play one of these games.
But that's
You know
my
what I'm saying?
that's
You
my
would
other
think-
that's
I
my,
don't know.
that's my
I'm
other
just
gripe,
saying,
though.
like you gotta look. If you're looking at matchups,
Honestly and truthfully, that's another gripe I have because I know they superstars, but as far as I'm concerned, Kevin Durant, LeBron, and Curry,
the age.
they've been there.
Right.
No, they know well.
Give other cats a chance.
Right.
You don't
right,
need
right,
these
right,
3
right.
guys. You got enough
Well-
stars in the league
well-
that you don't need them 3 to be there. Because
Well,
there's
this-
other
I
guys
don't
now.
know.
This is Curry's first time.
But this is because the
This
legend.
Curry's
Curry.
first.
This is
But
be-
the other 2 been there.
but this
This
is
is like the
because
3rd or
Cats
4th
lost.
time.
This is because the last team lost. So now it's like, you
Because
know what?
I
We're
get
just
that.
gonna bring them fully
But
loaded.
now you getting these guys in there now who are getting the experience. They know what's going on. So next time, if LeBron is 48 and he's still in the league, I can't see him on an Olympic team.
Todd's not gonna let
Kevin
LeBron
Durant
be in the league
Or even
at
Curry.
48.
Yo, I'm
Todd's
just
not
saying.
gonna let that happen.
I'm just saying. Because not for nothing.
Ronnie's gonna be
If
there.
Michael Jordan could still suit up, they probably send him over there just to have that.
Yeah, that's
All
funny.
right,
He's
time-
at 48,
time-
right?
time out. First
No.
of all,
I know he'd be 44.
No, I'm
thank
just
you,
saying.
But no, he's not gonna be 48.
No, I get
know,
it, but
I'm
I
just
tried
saying.
at that.
I'm just
Look,
saying.
Yo, you know how I feel. I tell you, I had enough of them already. Come
44
on.
is a reality, though.
Yeah.
48 is a stretch.
Right, right.
You don't know, man.
For all of
You're
us.
right. You're right. You
You
don't know. You don't
He
know.
might do a Tom Brady on you.
That's
This
right.
guy looks
Come
like,
back.
listen,
I can
Come
still
back.
get 10 points a game.
listen,
Right.
the way he plays, he's not slowed down at all.
Man, he
He
ain't slow down.
hasn't
Oh, yeah.
slowed down at all.
Right.
He got to
So-
stay in the league at least 8 more years for his son to get a pension. 'Cause that's the only way his son's going to get the years in.
Oh, as long as he's in,
Wow.
he's in.
Don't you got to have a certain amount of years in the
Right,
league to
right.
get a pension?
Exactly.
And
You
as
do.
long as
I'm
LeBron's
saying,
around,
as long as
Bronny's
he's
great.
in, you're in the league.
Exactly. Bronny's going to get a pension. Yo, he's going to come out there with a crutch.
Man. All right, so what is also funny is Kerr did say that Tatum would play Wednesday.
Yeah, he did
So-
say it.
He announced it. So
Oh, of course, he got
But
to
so-
do that.
So who's sitting?
right,
better
but
start.
But like Greg said, so every year,
So
every
each game is going to be
two guys
people,
ain't gonna play.
right.
That's what I said. So who's sitting?
Right.
You know, that's what I'm saying. So come on.
Exactly.
Y'all already
And,
got Embiid up in there.
See, it
so-
don't matter. It don't matter really because they got enough talent where you could actually sit LeBron and Curry probably and still beat 99% of teams in the league.
You know what's so
So, like
funny?
you said, there's only like 3 or 4 teams you really
Well,
got.
only thing, like I said,
Right.
now we all know and everybody can see it. Like we said, Embiid is hurt. He's still laboring.
Yeah, got to be.
You didn't have to put Tatum in as a wing player. He felt those wing players were too fast for him. Let him with that team. He could play the center position. Why let him play that
But
on
they
that
were-
team?
For when they played
Oh, sir, he could play one of the forward. He didn't have to play the wing. He could play he could play the 4.
right.
He could play the
Right.
4, and he's gonna be quicker than the guy.
Right.
Right.
So that's
And-
guarding
and
him.
it's not the whole game.
You know, and I'm not saying right. He's not playing it the whole game.
Right. That's
And
not the whole
So
Yeah,
you
game.
didn't have to play
quicker than
right.
Embiid.
So you could play him at the 4 spot.
Right.
Come on.
Even the 3.
It's a way. It's a way to play him.
And
You
get
could
To
play-
say that
you could play
all
him as
those
small
guys,
forward.
right? All those guys,
Right.
because he's gonna have the advantage on the offensive end.
Right.
So what are you telling me that you
Right.
couldn't figure that out?
Right.
I can't go by that. What you say?
Right.
Oh, those wing guys was faster than him, so we're not gonna play him today.
So let me,
What?
I mean, you make a good point, but
That's what he said, though. I'm
I
saying.
understand that. But you make a good point. But what about the other coaches in there? They you don't listen to them, or did they collectively agree, or is Kerr like, well?
So you can't step on no toes. I don't know
I'm-
how
I'm
that
just
works.
saying,
Yeah, I
right.
know. I don't know how that
Are
works.
you doing that with blinders on, or
So because he say that, we got to all agree to that.
right? Well, apparently
It
so.
can't be no mutiny.
Is
Kick him out.
Is Tatum?
I don't know.
Does
We not
Tatum?
trying to create me.
No,
We trying to win.
Tatum in the start of the game, does that cause the team to get blown out if he started the game?
Right.
Interesting.
You understand what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah, I get you.
So,
But I tell you what, make sure you'll stay tuned in when Golden State and Boston play next year. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
oh yeah, he might have
Just
50,
stay
looking at- looking at
tuned
Curry.
in. Just stay tuned in.
Looking
When
at
them two
Curry.
teams play each other next year. That's all
I'm
I know.
getting Kobe vibes.
Coach
I'm
Kirk,
getting Kobe vibes.
Yeah.
Coach Kerr said the U.S. has won 5 straight Olympic gold medals in basketball. World champions. It's the difference. I mean, I agree with what he's saying. Well, you know, so the FIBA ball is where England was acting up, and it's definitely a different type of game.
Yeah.
And again, so
Well, you see it with What's-It-Called playing. He doesn't have the ball in his hand that much. He's adapting. Ant-Man. Look at his role. You know what I'm saying? And we all know, you know what I'm saying? Probably by the next time they go,
He gonna
He'll
be
be
the
who,
man.
that dude.
who you think gonna have the ball in their
Right,
hand?
he'll be that
Exactly.
Right. He'll be
You know,
that
but
dude.
he's taking a
LeBron, if
step.
he's still
Right.
there.
So he's taking a step back and going with the flow because he's like, I'm watching my idol.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
like KD, you know.
Right.
He's happy watching his idol.
So,
So
I mean, that was box office. Kevin Durant performing.
Oh,
Yeah,
was
he
it,
was
please?
getting his- he was doing his thing. But I mean, the
No.
3-point line is what is it? Foot
Close.
in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
no,
So,
but
but
it
I
ain't-
tell you like this: when my man in the beginning, when he stole the ball from Holiday and got the layup, that told you right there, like these guys, even though they might get blown out, all of them,
they tough
they
plays,
not
though.
playing with they know they gonna
No.
come hard at
What did we say?
America.
What did we say last week? Every time they play, the USA plays, that's somebody's Super Bowl.
right.
You understand what I'm
right,
saying? Because
Exactly.
they feel they playing together. If they can
Exactly.
upset the USA, that's like the greatest thing for that
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
If they win, you
Yeah.
know what I mean. So whoever they play every game, they are coming at
Yeah.
them.
So they can't relax.
No,
All right, so let me say this right quick. The phone lines is open, so just in case, you know, Matt finger itching.
you know,
right,
Matt's
so-
you already know Matt's on
We in the
trigger.
first half hour. It's first stop to the next stop. It's Super Dave, Surge to Sports Star. We got G Money in the building.
Yes, sir.
Slick the Relic and Todd the Magnificent. We in here. We talking Olympic sports. What's the next Olympic sport that really catch your interest?
Well, I'm gonna
Look,
shout out.
Break dancing.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna just shout out Nigeria beating Australia after 20 years and South Sudan beating PR. Just shout them out because the women's team they didn't win in 20 years. So I mean that might be a little come up for the women's in a few years. Who knows? You know, as
Women.
well as
Who's women?
what did I put? Nigeria and South Sudan.
Oh.
Not South Sudan is the men.
And the Nigerian women, they won
Yeah,
their
the
first game.
Nigerian women
Oh,
won.
okay.
Yeah.
So do y'all have any reservations about any team giving the U.S. a hard way to go?
What for U.S. men's
Yeah,
basketball?
the U.S. men.
What about Canada? Canada
that's-
is
yeah.
loaded with people.
Didn't we play them in
Yeah, we destroyed them
and
too.
We beat them.
What in the we played them in
pregame.
pregame?
Pregame.
But
They
don't
them
America got to play Sudan on Wednesday?
Yeah, they played them next.
Yeah, we're gonna see how that turns out.
That's gonna be ugly.
Shout out to LeBron for driving the lane in a 1-point game, where they might have took a 3 in the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
I was happy that he did that.
That game,
Coach Kurt ain't here with
Might
us,
as well
LeBron
have been
hating
an
jokes.
they might as well put that in the L category because honestly and truthfully, you playing against a team that got 2 guys that played in the pros, one guy who sat on the bench for Charlotte averaged 1 point every 6 minutes that he played. He only played 6 minutes a game. And the other guy who was in the league and must have played for like 5 different teams, Gabriel.
Right.
And other than that, they had nothing. And they took the United States.
They had a
to-
15,
But so
took-
they had
that
a
means
15-point lead at one time.
that means
right.
those guys could play, sir.
Does it?
Yes, it does.
Or does it mean that the United
If they
States
scored
just
100
came in-
points, no. If
just
they
came
scored
in and
100
didn't-
points, they could play.
Let's see what happens Wednesday if they could play. If the United States
If
comes
he
in
scored 100
and
points,
decides to play the way they should have played,
Yeah, I think that's gonna be.
I think that was an illusion. I
And
don't
then
think
you
they come
gotta-
nowhere near
people
100
gotta
on
understand, too,
Wednesday.
KD didn't play none of those games.
No, he didn't.
No. So
Gonna be
it's gonna be
interesting.
hard. I think it's gonna be hard to beat a team. You got KD, LeBron, and Curry. That's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard.
And actually, Anthony Davis is playing like
He's playing well. Bam is playing well.
Bam is playing well.
And of course, you got our 2 all-role players, White and Holiday. It's gonna be hard to beat them cats, man.
If KD and Steph is on their games, it's definitely gonna be hard.
And they're gonna be
hit
on
that
their
three.
games.
And, Curry don't need that much space, and the 3-point line is closer, so he don't even need that line.
Like I said, to me, all we got to do is concentrate on defense. That's what I say.
Right.
It's defense.
That's
We
what
got
J.
2
Rule and them is.
great.
J. Rule and AD.
We got 2 very good defensive players on the team. So, and AD's blocking a lot of shots. So,
Right.
we should be all right. We should be all right.
I don't say stay healthy, everything's fine.
I like to see a game. Let it be a game. I don't want no
close one?
blowouts. Yeah, hey, listen, it's entertaining.
I mean,
don't-
look, they already comparing this team to the Dream
'Cause
team.
even
To the Dream team already.
Well,
if
Matt
it,
did, and he ain't called yet. He said
Even-
his team was better.
even if the team if our teams win close games, they're gonna say they weren't good enough. If the games were all close, if they ain't blow nobody out like the '92 team, you know what I'm saying? They blew everybody out, so they said, oh, they had all those guys. They supposed
Right,
to, so you can't win for losing.
You can't.
If
Yeah,
the
but
games are
the-
close, they're gonna complain
But
about that.
all the other countries are better now.
Mhm.
Better than
Definitely
92.
better. Them
No, I
countries
get
right
that.
now will blow them countries out.
I get that. We'll blow who out?
Those countries, today's countries, would beat those countries that America played back in the 90s.
And what would they do against the Dream Team?
They still would have lost.
They still
Yeah, I
would've
think they
lost.
still
They
would've
went-
Double
Well,
figure losses.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody was beating that team.
I mean, Magic
That was
Jordan,
a crazy team.
Yes,
Right.
it was. And people compare that. They saying this team is better than that team. What are they drinking?
That was Matt. We
Well,
tried
that
to
was
get
A
him.
lot
see,
of not just Matt, but
that-
I've heard
Yeah,
that
there's a
on,
lot of people are
on
saying
TV too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been
yes,
hearing it
they
on
are.
TV too.
that team came.
Wade said that the other night.
Who?
Even Wade. He was
Oh,
doing
okay,
the announcing yesterday. He was announcing the game. He even said that yesterday.
That team came from the physical era. So we talk about physically.
It's
matching up.
funny, and that is true. Basketball is different. It has evolved a little bit, and
And they had great jump shooters on that team.
And they didn't
Carl
shoot 3-pointers.
Patrick Ewing.
They was taking it to the
Going
hole.
to the basket,
Right.
dunking it on
Right.
everybody.
Right, playing great defense.
Right.
and we had an old Larry Bird. Larry Bird wasn't.
Right, he wasn't-
Larry didn't play that much.
Larry Bird wasn't,
What you call
was old,
was a real
and
kill them.
John Stockton was hurt.
Barkley
Right.
killed
So he
them.
didn't
Barkley
show
was
up.
the leading
Right,
scorer.
Barkley.
Barkley killed
Yeah.
them guys.
Barkley was the leading scorer.
Killed
on
them
that
guys.
team.
Yeah, killed them.
But they had
So,
everybody on the team except for Leitner was a Hall of Famer.
yeah,
So I mean,
well, it's crazy.
yeah, I get it. Most of these guys probably gonna be Hall of Famers too, but it's not. It's a difference. There is a difference.
It's different.
You got to look at the. You talking Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan. That right there, is probably 3 of the top 5 players, 3 of the top 10 players all time.
Mhm.
So. There you
All
go.
right, here we go on cue. It's on you. So what you want to do? Go ahead, Matt.
Let's get ready to rumble. Yeah, you know I had to call in. I heard that comment. Matt said that this team was better. Yeah, I still stand by that comment. This team, now,
And the
Here's
medicine
what I
is in
said.
the mail. Go ahead.
here's what I said. From 1 through 12, this team is better than that team. Period. In my opinion. That's my opinion. As from what I see, that's how I see how this team compares to that team individually. Now, the 92 team, in my opinion, had the best 2 players ever on that team. But after that, 1 through 12, this team is the best team. That's just my opinion.
All right.
And other, yeah.
Could
so
you
I'm
get a
just,
second opinion? What did the doctor say?
Wait, who was the best 2 in the 92 team, Matt?
Huh?
Who was the best 2 players on the 92 team?
Jordan and Matt.
I'm gonna say, in my opinion, Magic and Jordan.
Yeah,
So
That's-
and everybody
now-
else was what?
Support.
Everybody else is
Did-
not subpar. See, don't throw in words that I didn't say.
I'm
You know what I'm
sorry.
saying?
I was
I'm
reaching.
saying comparison to each player, from the first player to the 12th player, this team is better. And as a whole.
he said, don't
Now I'm not
Who-
now
Who
Y'all can get into
is
the match.
Derek White and Drew Holiday better than the 92 team? Who?
look, Individually,
Individually, yeah. Who are they better than?
individually.
Hold on, I'm keeping score. That's one for Greg.
Look.
Really,
Look.
'cause
Holiday.
You keep
Holiday
forgetting who was on
and
that
White.
team that didn't play well. That's
You
Christian
hold on.
Laettner.
You mean to tell
Christian
me
Laettner,
Holiday
person.
and
Yeah,
So
but
forget
he-
Leitner. The 11 people, all stars of it. Forget Leitner.
see?
Who
That's
is
not what you
who
said,
is
but it's
Holiday?
all right.
Who is Holiday and Derek White better than on the 92 team?
Kristen
Who?
Laettner.
All right. I don't have the 92 team in front of me. I'll say Christian Laettner and
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
who?
That's fine.
Nobody.
That's fine.
well, listen. You mean to tell me Drew Holiday can't check John Stockton?
You think he could?
Huh? Of course, he's a defensive player. You think he can't?
All right.
Isaiah
Dwayne
should've been
Wade.
on that
Hold
team.
on. Let me ask you something.
What?
Dwayne Wade played the game of basketball. He's seen that 92 team.
Yeah.
He's seen this team. His opinion was this team is better than that team.
I know he said
Is
that.
he in there? Is he in there like rubbing elbows with those same players? Like, is his opinion like?
Well, I can't go so much agree on Dwayne Wade these days because he's like flip floppy. He wants to open up a nail salon. I'm just saying that.
He's not
I'm
the
just
only.
saying.
He's not the only person that.
Man, I'm
he's not
just
the only
saying.
person that said. There are sports writers that said this team is better than that
No,
team.
I know
And
there's
what
quite a
y'all not
few
looking
people that
at
said that.
is the competition. This team is playing a caliber of competition that didn't exist back in
I
'92.
agree to that.
After those
Yes.
teams played the '92 teams, they was looking for autographs.
I
So
agree to
I-
that.
look,
agree to that.
I'm gonna give you the first two players on the '92 team. After that, I
But
can put
you know what's funny
Yeah.
when you
Charles
said
Barkley.
those
Come
first
on.
two, the best player on the team, the leading scorer on that team was Charles Barkley. You didn't even mention him.
Exactly.
He's the leading
yeah.
scorer. on the team.
Barkley's look, Barkley was an amazing player. I can replace LeBron with Barkley. In my opinion, I'm taking LeBron before Barkley.
Nah, not me.
Very interesting.
Okay, well that's just you. That's just you. That's your opinion. I'm not knocking yours. Don't knock mine. You know,
We gotta
that's your
knock
opinion.
yours, bro, because we gotta challenge the caller. So now, if you happen to just want to go pound for pound, round for round, we could name all the players on the 92, and you could compare them to, and let's do that. So we had Ewing and Robinson, and they was much better than Embiid right now.
Yeah. You want shoot.
Embiid and AD Robinson. Yeah, I Robinson is better than Embiid, but Embiid did a lot of things that Robinson never did. Embiid shoot 3-pointers. Embiid-
Embiid
Huh?
also get taken. He don't play good defense because
No.
he seems
Yeah,
like
well,
he's
well, then
And
Robinson the
David
same way. I
Robinson
mean,
run the
they're
floor with these
they're
guys.
compatible in certain ways, and Embiid does things that Robinson could never do. He could never hit 3-pointers. So
well, they wasn't even taking 3-pointers then, but
it doesn't matter. They didn't hit him. I'm just saying.
well, he didn't
The
take
fact of
them.
the
What are you
fact,
saying?
what do you want? The fact of the fact.
No, what I want
It wasn't
is
that
to
type of game
compare-
back then. That wasn't that type of game back then.
what I
exactly
want
right.
to do is
And
compare
my
the two.
point is the diversity of today's players are different from yesterday's players. They were pretty much one-dimensional, except for maybe Jordan. A forward was a forward, a center was a center, a guard. Embiid goes inside. He got an inside game. He got an in-between game, and he hit 3-pointers. That's diversity to me.
So, I just looked at the team and I forgot about Chris Mullin, Scottie Pippen, and Clyde Drexler was on that team.
Exactly. So you mean to tell me?
Chris Mullin was just a scorer. He was a great player. Not all those players was great players.
So wait, so-
Chris
so
Mullin,
just a
Chris
second,
Mullin, and
man.
Jason Tatum probably the same player. AD, LeBron, the best shooters in the world, even in '92. You're not going to name me two better shooters and scorers than Curry and Durant. Name me two better shooters and scorers than Curry and Durant.
Jordan and Jordan.
No, Jordan was a scorer. He's a great scorer, and he can shoot. He don't shoot like Jordan. I mean, Curry cannot shoot like
Yeah, you said
Jordan
it.
cannot shoot like Curry.
You said it. Curry can't shoot like Jordan.
But you gotta understand that
Curry and Durant are the two greatest shooters to ever touch the basketball, in my opinion.
okay.
Jordan is a great scorer. It's a difference.
Okay, but I tell you this though, what they would do is with that team and this team, what that team in '92 was doing was running teams out the gym. They didn't have to do
That's
a whole
true.
lot of shooting.
I deny that.
They
I
are
know
running
that.
teams out the gym. You got to keep up. You got to keep up.
No,
and I don't know
but
if this
you
team
got-
can keep up with them.
Todd,
Go ahead.
Todd, you got to understand the competition that they're playing now.
I'm not even talking about the competition. I'm talking about the two teams playing against each other. I don't think this
Oh.
team could keep up with them. If
Okay,
these two
well,
teams play
I
with
get
each
you.
other,
I hear you.
I don't think they can keep up with
I
them.
think they can because of the diversity, right? So the centers on that team, Ewing and Robinson, are they going to go out and check Embiid?
They don't have
and
to.
on the
Because he ain't gonna be able to keep up. He gonna be
now,
tired.
how effective
he's
would
gonna
they
be
be
tired.
checking Embiid when he's out on the perimeter? How effective would they be?
Do you think Embiid can keep up with David Robinson?
I was just about to say that.
Do you
No,
think so?
No,
Up
he
and down,
can't.
up and down the court.
Can David Robinson? Now listen, I'm
Yes,
not.
he can.
I'm just. It's just diversity. It's subjective. We'll
Yes.
never know, right?
That's
I
correct.
just said from 1 through 12, this team is better. Period.
Okay.
Now,
so look
now,
Matt, when
this
you
team
look-
has the 2 best scorers ever to touch a basketball. Name me a better scorer and shooter than
Michael.
Curry and Durant.
Michael.
Michael is a scorer. He didn't shoot like Curry and Durant. He couldn't shoot like Curry and Durant. He scored because of his athletic ability. There's a difference.
So you say that the jump
scorer
shots,
is a scorer.
you saying them jump shots he wasn't scoring. If they was, what were they doing? When he was
No,
pulling up,
listen,
taking
Jordan,
jump shots.
best player to ever touch a basketball.
So look,
then
but he-
how do you
look,
couldn't
Matt.
shoot the
Hold, wait,
ball.
Dave. So Matt, when you Google it, they put the team up against each other. Magic against Curry. So you say Curry beats Magic, right? That's what you're
Yeah.
saying, right? They got Jordan
Yeah.
against Drew Holiday. Is Jordan, right? Pippen can't
No,
hold.
no. Hold on. Stop right there. Who said Jordan against Drew Holiday?
He
No,
doing the
why-
matchups.
I'm doing the matchup. Starting 5 against the starting 5 from the Dream Team. I'm Googling it right now. It is in my face.
Okay.
It says Magic against Curry. So you picking Curry, correct? You saying Curry would do better than Magic. Jordan against Holiday is Jordan. Scottie Pippen against Kevin Durant. Scottie Pippen can't hold Durant, right?
I don't think so.
Karl Malone. Karl
I
Malone
don't think
against.
nobody can hold Durant. Durant
I-
holds himself. Who's stopping Durant?
Wait, Karl Malone against LeBron. Karl Malone can't hold LeBron.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Karl Malone was a defensive player? Hold on. Karl Malone is Karl Malone a defensive player?
Well, can
He's just
LeBron,
a scorer.
can LeBron hold Karl Malone?
We're gonna monitor
Of
your
course.
minutes, sir.
But LeBron can't hold Karl Malone. You serious?
I'm
You
asking.
serious?
So-
LeBron is not a LeBron. Do LeBron play defense?
Yes.
Why the panel so silent? I
So-
don't
so
understand.
So wait.
Oh,
So wait.
oh.
So wait.
I just
So-
said we monitor
Why
your
the panel
minutes.
so quiet?
Wait.
Oh,
So
I'm just listening to you, Matt. I'm just listening.
Yeah.
Go ahead, say the
You
first.
know what I mean?
So-
Go ahead, Keith.
so then it's Patrick Ewing against Embiid. So you picking Embiid, right?
Is Patrick Ewing checking Embiid on the perimeter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Last I
not?
found out, Patrick Ewing was a defensive rim protector. He wasn't out there on the perimeter stopping 3-point shooters.
They still got David Robinson.
I mean, it's the same too.
It's not the same.
Was David Robinson on the perimeter
I
checking
think your
3-point shooters?
VHS is broke or your whatever. One of them things is just not working right.
All I know, that 92 team would have ran him out the gym too.
I mean, well,
He would have ran
just-
them out the gym
and,
too.
and
Barkley didn't start. He came off the bench.
I didn't harbor no ill will.
was
I
the
mean,
lead
I understand your opinion, but I just think that the 92
Yo,
team.
you
said-
know something,
Yeah,
Matt?
that's
Yo, hey,
fine,
Matt,
that's
wait.
fine.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, no, see,
Matt,
I'm
listen to
being
this.
defensive because you're making it sound like I'm just
Listen,
100% wrong.
I'm going to say
No,
this,
that's,
Matt.
that's why I'm being
Wait,
defensive.
hey, Matt.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
What?
right. It's your opinion. Everybody has an opinion, but know what my real
Giddy up.
opinion is? You can't.
What?
You can't mix errors. You got great people for each era. You can't say this one is better than that one and that because they ain't playing the same era and it's different basketball. That's how I feel. Like
Right.
you
And-
stay,
right.
you stay
I
in
get
your
that.
era.
I get
You have the greatest person then is this. You know what I'm saying? But to say this one, is better than the next one and they ain't playing their
Star of the
era,
show.
like I don't
Well,
understand.
Well, I'm not agreeing with Greg. That
let me just say
92
this real
team will
quick.
run this team out the
It
gym.
is splitting hairs.
And
I'm not
sticking
saying
to
that this team would dominate the
I'm
92
sticking
team
to it.
any stretch of the imagination. I also said the 2 best players ever to touch the basketball was Magic and Johnson, but the 2 best scorers to ever touch the basketball and shooters is Curry and Durant. So it's splitting hairs, if you ask me. And like you said, it's just an opinion. That's all it
Well,
is.
let me ask this. What if, this is a hypothetical, obviously. What if they lose?
then it won't be opinion no more.
No, that's a fair question, and they can lose if that team don't play defense. They will get beat because the rules have changed and the players are that much better from '92. It's 2024. It's 2024. So the teams that they're playing, those teams been together for a number of years.
Right.
This team is a collection of talent put together in 2 weeks.
Right.
So you don't think it's impossible for they can't lose because it's 40 minutes, right? It's a short game. It's a short court. They don't call fouls. And if the other team like Sudan are taking 3-pointers and hitting them, they can lose. It's their best 5 against the USA 12, but only 5 people can play at a time.
Right.
The way I see they can win this game, second half, third quarter, when your 5 is tired, when they have to get a breather, when your stars are coming out, they can't match what the United States have when they go deep. When Curry makes the right decisions as far as the Masters is concerned, the U.S. should pull out in the third and fourth quarter and win the whole thing, in my opinion. But time will tell.
The reason I brought that up is because Golden State was 73-9, and they was talked about the best team until they lost, and then you don't hear about them no more. That's why I brought.
You mean
up.
the Bulls? The Bulls?
No, Golden State.
The Warriors when
When
they
they lost to the
73-9.
Cavaliers.
Yeah, they was talk. That was all the talk until they lost, and you don't hear it no more. So, like you said, they have to win this.
And the Bulls was 72-10.
Right.
All right.
Oh, right. They beat their record, and they lost in the chip.
Right. They lost the chip.
Right. Yeah. So the regular season, but this team can be beat, but it won't be because the United States didn't have no competition.
Right.
It actually wasn't fair. They could have just played their starting 5 and beat all those teams, and the other teams are taking autographs right after the game because they know they couldn't. Because talent wasn't equal.
It was fair because before '92 they lost. That's why they made professionals play.
Rest in peace,
No.
John Thompson, but that was
It wasn't fair as far as the level of competition. I'm not saying it wasn't fair that they shouldn't have been there, but they didn't need the manpower that they had. That wasn't fair. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
Before that was what college players they were sitting over there. When they allowed professional players to go over there, the competition at that time was too big of a gap.
Well, here go the thing.
There was some key
In
players
our
missing on that.
opinion, here, the 92 team is currently recognized as the greatest team of all time going to the Olympics. Now,
And it
we're
should be.
hoping that the 2024 team wins and bring home the gold representing. And again, like Greg said, in the era,
It's hard.
it's hard to compare because
It really is.
they can't play each other unless they're playing via the computer or something like that.
Simulation.
Right.
Right.
So,
So we'll never know.
right.
But it's just an
But-
opinion,
so
and I digress.
respectfully, right? Again, the way they won, the pattern that they won, and maybe the competition was not as fierce as it is now. They still stand to be, as the Magnificent pointed out, the greatest team currently playing in the Olympics. So,
Okay.
I mean,
Just an opinion.
right.
That's an opinion. It's not a fact, especially when you have current and former NBA players that played in the Olympics that they see things from the inside. They say, and this team is the best that they ever seen, and they know those players. So, but it's still an opinion. It doesn't matter. This is not a right or wrong thing. It's just an
Hopefully
opinion.
they
But
could rubber stamp it and bring home the gold.
yeah, I like to know
That's the main
from the panel who are 2 better shooters than Curry and Durant. Those are the 2 greatest shooters I ever seen, scorers and shooters at the same time in my life. Period.
Well,
And Jordan was the man. His athletic ability, can score, was best of him. His will was measured by no other.
I
But
seen some great shooters. We'll all agree, I believe, that Curry's the best shooter we've ever seen.
Jordan didn't have the range that Curry
I'm
had.
not even mentioning
it-
Jordan. I'm not mentioning. You said who's the 2 between? You said between
Durant
Durant
and-
and Curry. And
Right.
I'm not putting Curry. I'm not putting Durant up there. I'm gonna give you Curry because I've seen some great shooters. I've seen Reggie Miller was one of the greatest shooters I ever seen play, and George Gervin was also a great shooter. So I seen some great shooters. I don't know if I'll put Durant up there as the second one.
Okay, that's fair.
I'll give you Curry.
And
But
and
I
That's
don't
fair.
know if I'll put Durant.
and I'm gonna go with the logo because that guy
Oh,
was
yes.
a shooter and a
Yes.
scorer. He
Yeah.
averaged 28 points a game during the time when there was no 3-point shooting,
That's
and he
right.
was a 3-point shooter. He could have been a prolific 3-point
right.
shooter. Jerry West
That's
was that
true.
good.
That's true.
So he's not. You can't count guys out from the past. You
Yeah.
really can't.
I'm not counting nobody out. I've never seen Jerry West play.
Oh, okay. I
All
did.
right, man.
Mm.
I guess I'm a few
so-
years older than you.
Yeah.
You and Mongo can hang out.
And that goes back to the point where you said that these guys who, even Dwayne Wade is what, 40?
Right, I think.
Which means in 92 he was 4 years old. What does he remember about the Dream Team?
Right.
Honestly, most guys younger than 40, they don't know what these guys was about. They just going off of what they heard about them. But to actually have seen these guys play and to see the greatness, you got to be at least somewhere near a 60 and up, and know that these guys, just what the greatness was.
That's
the guys that was on that
when I
team.
listen to people and people tell me that Larry Bird is not a top 10 player.
They
I was
don't
like,
know.
you don't know
They didn't
basketball.
watch-
Oh, I know he
watch-
is. I'm saying you don't know basketball.
They didn't watch him.
Yeah,
They ain't
you
see
couldn't
it.
have watched
Right.
him.
They didn't see
If
it.
you can't tell me he ain't one of the
and
top
most of
10
them
players.
guys like you is going to be guys under
Who
40.
don't, right.
They don't realize the greatness of these guys in the
Right.
past. They just
Yeah.
figure, it's our time, and we're gonna go with who we like.
And it's going to continue.
And it's right because
Continue.
one day Bronny James is gonna be the greatest player ever to these 8-year-old kids now.
Bonnie
Y'all
James,
right.
that's so disrespectful, man. That's so
These kids
disrespectful,
at 8
man.
years old, they're gonna think
Well,
Bronny James was the greatest thing
look,
since chewing gum.
And I'm gonna
Let me just say-
disagree with that. And I'm gonna put Carmelo's son.
Let me just say something real quick, because I know there's a bunch of callers on the line that's burning up the hotlines right now. So let me just get me these points out real quick. I was watching the Olympics yesterday, and I turned it on and seen an event that I'm familiar with. It was the mountain bike thing.
Yeah.
So these female athletes, incredible, because the course that they had and the length of time that it takes to get to this course of this mountain bike. Well, I just want to say big up to the American, I think her name was Hallie Bratton.
Okay.
Hallie Batten. She won the silver. A French woman won the gold and ran away with it. But the course that mountain bike
that's
was,
no
it was
joke. I was
just,
watching it
it was so it was
myself.
good.
No,
So
it's no
she won
joke.
the silver, but that was the first medal that the Americans achieved in that. I don't know how new it is, but they never medaled in that, and she medaled in
The
that.
first one. Okay.
You know,
Congratulations.
so big up for her.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me just shout out everybody who's paying attention. Eric Wilcox checked in. He also said the front court was the biggest advantage for the 92 team with Robinson, Ewan, Malone, and Barkley. Derek Gilchrist on the check-in. Bird, Jordan, and Magic. Scotty Scott, just shouting him out. He said Rick Barry, and that was probably long distance shooting. All right. And
What did he have to do? Oh, you shooters.
So
yeah,
much shooting.
and then
you ever seen?
and then Roe Butters,
Greatest
shout out to
underhand
Roe.
free throw
He said, not Bronny, okay? So,
All right, fellas, I took enough of your time, man. I'm gonna listen up and listen in, man. Y'all keep
Thanks
doing your
for
thing up
calling,
there,
man.
man. I'll see y'all
All
soon.
right, Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. All right, magnificent. Y'all brothers still. All right. Where's Coach Kurt? Is Coach Kurt there today? What's going on with Coach?
Coach Kurt just came back from the long road trip, and he's home recuperating, just trying to do his
Yeah, he
sit-ups
was
and
in
push-ups.
Paris giving Steve Kerr tips.
Right, yeah.
I can relate to that. I can relate to that. They
Just
probably need
smack him
another
in the
coaching
back
spot
with
over there.
Wiglet.
They probably wanted him on the panel. Yeah, I get that. All right, fellas, y'all stay up, man.
All
Coach
right,
Kurt,
All right, man.
All right.
everybody, y'all chill, man. One love.
All right.
But real quick, with the Olympics, it's killing me inside that you got breakdancing, you got skateboarding, you got mountain bike riding. Only God knows what other Olympic sports they got. Yet and still, if they don't come up with a new federation, next Olympics, there'll be no boxing. How can you have an Olympic
With
without
no
boxing?
Right.
Oh,
That
wow.
is crazy.
They
They,
talk
'cause
about
they
taking
don't,
it
they
away
don't
from it.
recognize they don't recognize the federation that's doing it now, and this might be the last year if they don't come up with a federation that boxing is going to be in the Olympics.
That's incredible. Boxing made the Olympics.
That's what I
It's
thought. I
definitely
thought
part of it.
boxing
'cause
made the Olympics.
Before
Yeah.
basketball, it
Yes.
was boxing.
Yeah.
Boxing is what made the Olympics.
Back in the
All those
day,
are- yeah.
everybody knew who the Olympic champs were.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
true.
what made people watch was the
Yeah.
boxing.
Yeah, I remember the Cubans
Yeah.
used to be tough.
Yeah, Cubans.
Remember the Cubans was tough back in
Yeah.
the day. I remember the Evander Holyfield, the Purnell, Meldrick Taylor, Sugar Ray. I remember
We-
all
Matt
of those.
Breland.
We
Mount
could, well,
Vernon.
well, we
Right.
could go back even earlier than that, like with of course, Ali
George
made
Yeah,
Foreman.
Cassius
During
Clay,
those times,
as
yeah,
they
you
called
know.
him then.
As I said,
Ali.
Sugar Ray.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Sugar Ray.
Yeah,
it was
All
it
these
was
guys was-
crazy.
And
That's
could
what
you
made you
imagine
watch
that,
the
though?
that's what
Olympics.
made you watch.
You
I
don't
can't.
have no
And then-
boxing,
No.
but
Right,
you
and
got
then
breakdancing.
No.
Well, don't disrespect. Don't disrespect.
You're right, because one day you could be the champion beat maker in the Olympics.
Is that the newest thing? The break?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I
That's
think
the
it
newest-
is.
It's the first time
It
they're gonna
seems like
have
every
that.
year they come up with
Yeah,
something new.
They got
See, like-
sports that they got this crazy games that they do called World Games that they come up with all these crazy sports, and if you could fit your sport in somehow and get into that, then they evaluate it and they start picking stuff out of there. So only God knows if you could have breakdancing, you could have anything.
I was just about to say I want to see Double Dutch.
It might be
Because
in
It
I'm
there.
might be.
I'm seeing some talented girls out there.
It might
like
be
that.
in there already. It
Yeah.
could be.
Yeah, that's not being televised.
Yeah, I
right?
think so. It
Yeah.
could be in there
But
already.
there's so many things. Anybody got an update on who has the most goal? I mean, I know at one time US was leading
So far this time?
at one time. Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
I know they
Oh,
was
they used to
last
have
I
that
know,
in the paper, right?
last time I know as of yesterday
know.
they was in second place.
Gold count.
Behind who? China?
You talking about right now or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
right
They
now.
was in
you know,
second
it's
place
like-
yesterday.
No, you. I was looking at leading Spurs.
Yeah, they used to put that in the paper, but I don't know if they still put that count.
Jeez.
All right. So
Olympic gold
count.
medal count.
Yeah.
Japan is in front with no. This looks like France got no. It's United States 20.
Oh, they up
France
now?
got 16.
Oh, they was second.
total.
yesterday.
Total. The
Yeah,
United States
total.
only got 3 gold.
But
Japan
total.
got 6. France got 5. China got 5. Australia got 5. United States got 3, but they dominating silver.
Oh
and-
yeah, they got
and-
20 all
Right.
together.
Yeah, they got 20 all
20
together.
Yeah, they
all
was-
But
they
the
was-
gold
That's what
medals,
we're talking about.
the
Yeah.
gold medals, they're not winning.
We usually always be high up there. you
Yeah.
know, with the medal count.
Yeah, because we're usually in every sport.
So matter of fact,
Every-
before I left
See, that's the
home,
thing too. When you look at the boats,
Right, right,
they needed like 4 boats for the United States team.
Right.
Some of them
We in
teams
there.
had 3 people
Right.
on the boat.
right.
Oh.
all right. Shout out to Jay Jones trying to say, Dave, you're not in the superette. No doubt, kid. No doubt. I know
What's-
you down south.
what you call one?
Appreciate you looking in. Shout out to Dougie Doug. All right. He said,
What you
and
doing in the
Wilcox said
Super
France is doing well. I was back in the days when I was young and didn't know. I was doing a lot of stuff. All right.
You was
The,
bagging?
the men the men
Begging.
the men gymnastics team got the bronze medal.
Yes.
One of the first medals that they won in years.
For
They got
overall, yeah.
overall,
For group, yeah.
yeah, the group. They got the bronze medal.
So it's funny they don't. I know they was playing tennis one time.
No, they got tennis.
They
now.
got tennis, they got
Yeah.
ping pong, they got
Yeah.
badminton.
Yeah.
They
I
got
seen
all
a
that.
thing yesterday with Bagman. Them guys was going at it.
Yo, they
showed
play that
one of the
game
single-
crazy.
Yes, they do.
Badminton, that's the little
That
little
yeah,
soft
yeah.
thing that goes.
Right.
The
Back
bird.
on the
Man,
side.
they showed us
Bird.
a sequence with these guys going at it yesterday.
I see
Yeah, that was incredible. Incredible how they was hitting them balls back and
Yeah,
forth.
they
to
ain't
each
like
They
other.
had
being in the
rugby, too.
backyard.
Yeah,
You
that
see-
rugby. You seen that girl? The
stiff
United.
arm?
You see how big she is?
Yo,
That
she
rugby
gave
player
the
that the
girl a
USA
stiff
got?
arm, yes.
Yo, somebody went to tackle her. Yo, they
She
was
was like-
mushed to the ground. She did. What's the running back that used to put
Derrick
the
Henry.
Derrick Henry.
She did a Derrick Henry on him. Yo,
I was like,
yeah, that was horrible. That was horrible. I don't think nobody would want to hit her. She's a big girl, and she can run fast and hard too.
I need to
Crazy.
say this. So I'm also working on Jet games. So we're looking at the Jets and the Broncos. That's September 29th. And we're also looking at the Jets and the Seahawks. And that's in December weather permit.
Those are the best games you could get.
Well,
It's funny. The Jets schedule, they so hyped that they got like 8 primetime games. So most of the
That
games
is
are at
correct.
night or
Right.
on Monday.
right. So
They don't have it. They only got like 2
trying
or
to get-
3
right,
games
trying to
during the
get
day.
good 1 o'clock
And
Really?
game.
those are 1 o'clock games
Right.
he's talking about.
Exactly.
They
Oh,
playing
my
they playing
goodness.
night, Sunday night, Monday night.
OMG.
Everything is
Yeah,
Wow.
Thursday night, even Friday and Saturday, yo. And then, now, just talking about the Jets, the expectation is a little high.
Yeah, it was high last year too.
Well,
Tell me
I
something
forgot.
we
My
don't know.
wife just reminded me. My favorite sport they got in there is climbing.
Sports climbing.
Oh,
Climbing,
rock.
rock.
Rock climbing. Can you imagine? And it's funny because
How do
I
you
look
keep
at
score of that?
I look at these Olympic. I guess it's the
It's
fastest one
about
to the
speed.
top
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
about speed. Time.
But it's funny because I look at that and I say, man, the sports they got in there. And then if you ever watch the Ocho on ESPN2,
Okay.
where they got yesterday they had a championship pillow fighting
I
competition.
seen that.
I was like, seriously? When is that going to get in the Olympics?
It was in the ring and all
Yeah,
that.
I was like championship pillow fighting, and they got wiffle ball, and they got slide the slippery slope thing. I'm like, and that's what the Olympics is sounding like to me with all these crazy
Right.
sports that they
Right.
put
Will
in
Cox
there.
said they should tag in.
They should tag in.
Yeah, shout out to my man Earl Simmons. He's a former TSS. My main man, we go way back. Mr. Simmons is an OG. I gotta love him. All right. Now he's tuning in, checking in.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So just keeping up with it. Do we need to touch on some baseball or we touching football? What
Touch whatever you want to touch.
Well, let me ask that.
You in
That
charge.
game you talked about. That's what game is that? The second game?
that's like week 4.
Okay, that's week 4. Okay,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they got a
Yeah, so
ridiculous
like
schedule.
they open up
Jet
in San
schedule.
Francisco.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
Rogers
on
supposed
Monday
to play-
night.
Rogers supposed to play that game?
I think they got 3
What do you
games.
mean Rogers is supposed to play that game?
Playing.
No, I don't know if he's wet. I don't know if he's. I don't know. I don't keep
Yo,
up.
he
Now
with
check
ready?
this. They
Okay.
got
They got
This is-
3 games in 2 weeks, like something like that.
this is their schedule.
Or
They
15
play,
games.
yeah, they play the 49ers on the 9th. 6 days later, they play the Titans in the Titans. 4 days later, they play on a Thursday night, which means they play 3 games in 10 days.
Yeah, something like that. I know it's great.
On Thursday
Yeah,
night
all right.
football,
Hold on.
and
turn
then
your
they
radio
finally play
down,
the
sir. We can hear
Broncos
you.
at 1 o'clock.
Wow.
Then it's a night game. Oh, no, it
Play
must
3
be
games
London.
in
Hold
10
up.
games. It's
Hold up,
stupid.
y'all. So first game he said was the 49ers, and then who should call on cue?
Oh, Green.
There you go.
Y'all can say what y'all want. I'm only going to recognize one brother over there. He's dark skinned. What up, Todd? The rest of you light skinned
My
and brown
brother.
shaded dudes, it's good to see y'all.
Shout out to my man China.
Green, what up, baby?
Yo, ain't
On
that
the
your
check-in.
boy?
I'm good,
like,
brother.
what is he
Yeah, I
doing?
know.
He watching the black and white TV.
I guess so. You must be on an old TV, huh?
That is hilarious.
He got Todd darker than
Well,
you,
first-
huh?
He threw me off.
First,
And
I would
Mongo's
like
your
to
boy,
say,
and you threw
I
him
wanna
under the bus.
I just want to go back just a little bit when Matthew was talking about the teams that played in the Olympics with the Magic Johnson. At first, I was trying to listen and understand the comparison with the players. Only way you can play
You gotta
if
turn
you
your
go
radio down.
stat by stat on which player was in there. But I still don't think that LeBron and them was nowhere near that same dream team. I just can't see it because depending on the style of coaching and the style of playing that these two players are, I don't really see it. I do recognize Steve Curry, and I do recognize Durant and the rest of them, but those dudes was built different. They look at other guys, Malone and all of them, these dudes was brick houses.
For sure.
These dudes were some straight strong dudes. They played a physical.
You coming in and out. I don't know what's going on with the phone.
You driving?
Especially with Charles Barkley and the rest of them. They
Could
and
you-
Patrick
could
Ewing.
you
They
hear
played
us?
very physical ball.
Green, you can hear us, Green?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
You coming in breaking up? You breaking up a lot. Yeah, you breaking up a lot.
All right, let me hang up and call right back.
All right.
You got the luxury of doing that.
You probably gotta get outside or something.
I don't know where
He
he's
could
at.
be where he's at.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
might be
yeah,
out
yeah,
in the
you
middle
know
of
that.
Georgia.
Yeah.
in the
Nah, he's
backwoods.
actually here. He was trying to come
Oh, he
through.
home?
Yeah. All right. The ring sound better. Nah. Yeah, Green. Go ahead. Let's try it again.
All right, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
sound
go ahead.
great.
So
good.
far, so good.
All right, great. Now, I was just saying that I was listening to what Matt was saying about the teams from the USA. I do recognize Steph Curry and Durant and their shooting abilities and everything, but when you're looking at Team USA, Magic Johnson and Barkley and Malone, these guys was big dudes and they played very physical basketball.
No doubt.
So I can't really see how Tatum and the rest would pair against a Jordan and these guys that really play hand check ball and play physical ball, because that's just a totally different style of playing. Because when they played very physical ball. I mean, what you call a foul now, or not even what you consider a flagrant foul back then, that was just a regular foul if it got called.
Right.
So I don't see them actually being better. The only way you could probably see it is you individually look at each one of their stats and say, well, his stats is better than his stats, his stats. But when it comes down to being on the court, no way. I can't see the hunger from Jordan and Larry Bird and all of them.
You know
I
what,
can't
Green?
see it.
That point you made about the hand checking is 100% right. That's the biggest difference. These guys don't get touched now. Back then, you could put your hand on the hip and keep them in the same spot. And that's how strong them guys was. They put their hand right on your hip and you couldn't move. And it wasn't a foul. It was cool to play defense like that. Now you can't even think about doing that.
Yep.
And who would be their biggest player? Would be Joel Embiid and maybe LeBron would be their strongest players compared
Joel
to
Embiid's getting eaten
the
up.
Dream Team when these dudes was
Oh,
just
he's
some
playing now.
solid mules.
Right.
These dudes was solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Charles
Larry
Oakley.
Bird was solid. He
Charles
wasn't
Barkley.
skinny. He was solid.
It's not even so much of that. Them guys were horses, man. Them guys was running up and down them courts. I don't think they could keep up with them. Me personally, I don't think they could keep up with them.
I'm not gonna go that far. I think they
I'll go that
at a
far.
high level.
I'll go that
Both
far.
teams, so
They ain't keeping
I
up
don't
with
think
them.
that. Well,
I
We'll
don't
never
see
find
if
out.
them two played, it will be a very, very different style of playing basketball, because that physicality is gonna wear you down, because Patrick Ewing and the rest of them, they're gonna wear on Joel Embiid. They're gonna give him what he haven't gotten. He haven't been played physical ball like that before. And the way some of these players break down, AD and the rest of them break down, I don't think they're gonna be able to handle Malone on a strength wise.
that's good.
So
That's a good
I-
observation.
They don't
I
got a
would say
power
that-
forward on their
So
team like that.
when I mean, not that we're trying to change Matt's mind, anything like that, but when you go down and the doctor give his opinion, try to encourage him. Try to encourage him to look at things on the brighter side. That's my
Dave,
man.
y'all know me. I'm
That's my
a traveling dude, man. Somewhere along the line on Wednesday afternoon, that Mercedes is gonna be headed down south. And when I get down there, I'm definitely taking Matt to the doctor. I'll probably rest up on Wednesday, Thursday evening. I'll rest up. Sometime Friday, I'll make that appointment. Monday, we're gonna have him feeling a lot better on Monday, talking on that radio.
All right. Take this with you. This from the Silent Assassin. He said, I know Anthony Davis and his soft ass would tap out.
Yo, could you imagine Anthony Davis playing in the era with Charles Barkley and the rest of them?
No,
He couldn't handle it.
no.
Nah.
It would be something. I mean, I'm looking at it like Indiana had Rich Smith and they had the two Davis brothers.
Yeah. Everybody had.
You remember
horses.
them?
Yeah.
You had the Nets, had DC, they had Derek Coleman. So he was going to give it to you every night. Also, let alone when you have a team like the Lakers and stuff that played physical and fast basketball. They get up and down that court all day. So I don't see where Anthony Davis fits into the league. Maybe he is going to be a great center somewhere along the line, but he would complain and say, "I don't want to play power forward and center. I want to be small forward."
Think about those. Think about. He probably would have went back to point guard. Think about the Detroit teams. Think about those Detroit teams. Are you kidding me? Rick Mahorn and them cats. And then what? He'd have went crying home to his mother, man.
Again, I don't want to get it twisted. I just think that, you know, the stars are the
Kevin
stars,
McHale
and we
hurt that
appreciate
dude.
them.
They would have physically hurt that dude when he came out there.
Without question. Without question.
He would have got knocked. He just spent most of his time on the floor and getting knocked down than anything else.
He do that now.
Because that's just
he do that now.
The thing is that
when the league.
they changed the rules. They changed a lot of the
Not
rules.
this,
So
not in this.
a lot of these rules on these fouls and going over the back and the hand checking it, because if you go in the middle, you knew you was getting your arm slapped and everything.
Yeah. Vic
So you was
Mahorn
getting
and,
knocked down. So
Jeff Ruler, remember them? They was physical.
Yeah.
Again, silent.
yes, so
Okay.
I can't see that squad. But hey, maybe on the video game it'll probably work out better for them.
Yeah, that's what we might need to suggest. Yo, Matt, try it on the video game and we'll see what's the
Try it on the
result.
video
Matt's
game. It'll
sticking
work
to
out
his
better for
guns.
them.
He
But
ain't backing down.
actually,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
He ain't
in
backing
real life,
down.
You like what
No.
you like, you know.
Nah, it definitely can. But it's been great to watch the Olympics. And big shout out to what's her name, Caressa Shield, who won over the weekend our boxing match.
Yeah, I missed that fight.
That
She's
was quick.
continued to move up in
Yeah.
weight, and she's continued to dominate
quick.
in that sport.
Seemed like the girl
She's
hit
called
it.
what is it?
Got
The
a man.
GWOAT.
Yeah.
So she's doing great. It's good to see her go out there and play that.
I don't know
that-
nobody
play
who
that,
wants to fight her. You don't be hear about too many people that want to fight her.
That was quick. It was
Yeah.
quick.
Listen, she's playing it hard and she's naming names. She's out there. She said, "Well, I want y'all to step up, come and fight me." She's telling them, "I'll come to your weight class." She says, "I want you to step up." She says, "Come and fight me." So she's naming them out, and she's stepping up, and she's going out there
Oh, I
looking
know
for these
she
fighters.
is,
She's
but
like,
I
"Yo."
don't see other people that's. You don't hear nobody talking about fighting her. I know she's ready, for sure.
Yeah, that is very much true, man. But listen, guys, it's great, man. And it's always great to see y'all up there. Kirk, I'm glad he's back in town and everything else. He's in town. I
Yeah,
guess
he's
he
back
in
tagged me
town.
because now I'm packing and I'm leaving out of town. I'll be back. I'll be in Georgia by Wednesday.
Wow.
Hey,
How
brother.
long
Safe
you
travels,
gone?
brother.
Safe travels,
Safe
man.
travel.
Man, always. If any of y'all want something from the south of the border, you just let me know.
All right.
All right, my
All
brother.
right, we'll
All
hit
right,
you.
Green.
We'll hit you. Safe travels.
All right, man. Y'all brothers be great, man. And I'll talk to y'all soon.
All right,
All right,
peace.
Green, be good.
All right, shout out to everybody paying attention. All right, shout out to Gene Jones, who is watching. All right. Also want to say that we got a couple events coming up. August 10th, I have a function in Rochdale Village. It's from 7 to 12. If anybody's free, want to come out and check it out. It's $25 per person. It's just a little support thing. Following week, it's like a fundraiser. So, and then they'd be doing Cambria Park Day. So, I want to set up there and just pass out some literature about the station. So, if you guys are free and or available, you know, come through, hang out for a little while. Same thing, come towards the end of the month of August. You know, the summer's going quick. We'll do Farmers Day again. That's going to be August 31st with Chef Primo and company. So get a booth and try to do that again. So if y'all available, come on out. And anyways, and that's, you know, go for everybody. Free food and have a good time and everything. So moving forward, let's talk
Hey,
a
can I-
little.
Let me throw something at you guys, and you let me know what you think. I'm gonna throw some names out here.
Oh.
Isaiah Thomas, Brad Doherty, Joe Dumars, Reggie Lewis, Mark Price, Dennis Rodman, Dominique Wilkins, Tim Hardaway, Dan Marley, Hakeem Olajuwon, James Worthy. These are the guys who didn't make
I knew you
the
was going.
Olympic team
I
in
know.
'92.
I knew you.
What
you
would they have done to the rest of the world
I
in
know.
'92? Just the second team
That's right.
from the United States.
That's right.
Those are all guys who, for the most part, are Hall of Famers too.
That's
and
right.
they didn't even crack the top 12.
Yeah.
Dominique,
And-
my
but
guy.
they was all in the NBA
Worthy's my
'92
guy.
All-Star game.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, Dominique-
Isaiah's my guy.
Dominique-
Exactly. Joe Dumars.
Dumas, that's right.
Dominique, you
Tim
know,
Hardaway.
he was
Yeah.
that guy. Like when he was attacking the rim, it looked like it was just him in the rim. Like
And not for
a
nothing,
record
Dan
show.
Marley was tough.
Yeah, he was. Marley was a real tough player.
And
So,
Akeem,
and Akeem, come on, man.
Yeah,
that's
Come on,
the
man.
team, the All-Stars
That second
from '92,
team
right?
Would have probably played the first team in the
And
championship.
gave him hell. And
Yeah.
gave him hell.
Yeah.
Because Isaiah would have been mad. He tried to
Yeah.
go for 50.
Yeah. That's right. I knew.
Isaiah would've
I
went
knew
for
when you was
50.
reading them names off. I knew where you was going.
said,
I knew where you was going.
Right, because I couldn't
Yeah.
remember who it was. So I looked up the All-Star game. I said, man,
Yeah.
look at these names. And
That's
these guys
right.
couldn't even crack
And
the,
they
the dream
exactly.
team.
Right.
And they're
Yeah.
a dream team.
That's right.
Well, you know, Matt, we're gonna maybe try to get him a care package or something. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna leave him alone. Like you said,
I'm gonna say, yo, man, leave my man alone.
Well, just
Leave my
Well,
man
I
Matt
mean,
alone.
listen. The care
That's it.
package is just an opinion. Don't take it if you think, or take it when you start thinking, having delusional thoughts. You know,
Yeah.
take a little swig, cough syrup, couple of pills. Leave the Prozac alone. You know, I mean, come on. I mean, well, and then you know, a lot of people. Well, it's sort of like the election. You know, not to just mix politics in it. You know, people like this other guy for some reason, and some people say, "How could you?" But some people like him, and you know, it's
And
just
you don't like the reasons that they like them.
it's just crazy. Well, and with that, in theory, there's a reason why he's saying 2014 is better than 92.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
It may not be the right reason, but it's just a reason.
Like you said, everybody got their opinion.
Right.
So I'll leave it there.
I'm with you, Matt. Don't worry.
Yeah, no doubt.
Your opinion matters.
That's right.
Touching me right here.
I want to be treated good again when I get back to Georgia.
FYI, Serge is buying the baby aspirin for you in the care package. Anyway,
Oh my gosh.
shout out to Showtime, Steve Creighton on the check-in. All right. Let's talk some baseball. All-Star break is over. And we're back in the second half of the season. Trade deadline is tomorrow.
Teams are
Wednesday,
making
I thought.
moves.
Oh, it is tomorrow. You're right. The 30th.
Teams are making moves, and What's-It-Called looks desperate. Every time they interview him after games, he's looking more desperate and more desperate.
Who's that?
Your boy Boone.
Oh,
He's
the Yankee
looking
manager.
desperate after the games when he's being
Oh.
interviewed.
Wait a second. I know we just won 2 in a row, which I thought they played good. They are in a little, but it's like a rebound. Like I feel like they hit a reset button. So it's not so much that he's looking desperate, because I think even if they choked outright, they wouldn't fire him during the regular part of the season.
But they're not gonna fire him
So
to the end of the season.
so then
if they
it's
do.
not maybe desperation. Maybe it's just a line that you're hearing that he's saying, which might make him look desperate. But I thought they won 2 good games, and they battled, even though they blew the first game. They battled in Boston, unlike the series where they played the Mets, and I owe Coach Kurt like a 6-pack of water or something like that.
Cold water. Make sure it's
Yeah,
cold.
man.
Yeah,
I
ice
was-
cold.
Don't forget what it is too. 'cause
I
we
mean,
want to know.
so the reality is, you know, that I gotta freeze it because, like, you know, I was so hot. If I touch it, he would think it's boiling water, you know. But you know,
It's just amazing. That's one thing about this sport.
shout out
Baseball,
to Randy Logan on the check-in. What's up, Randy?
There's so many games, and you see how the Yankees started off the season, and we see how the Mets started off the season,
Now they
and
switch.
the Mets was just the laughing stock.
Places.
You know what I'm saying? And then the game. There's so many games. It take you get hot in the beginning, I get hot in the middle towards the end, and you can make some things happen. It's
Yeah.
just.
They got enough games to.
That's what I'm saying. It's just so many games. It's hard to stay up that much,
Right.
and you come out like gangbusters the way they did. You know what I mean? And we just needed one egg to drop, and that egg drops every year. And you know what that egg is, because every time Geno gets hurt, it's a wrap. That's when they start going down. Every year. It happens every year.
Yep.
It's almost like when you hear Stephen A. talk about the Cowboys. He said, y'all just watch. Y'all just watch. Y'all just watch. And then you hear the fan. Yo, it's like the same thing. Soon as Geno come up limping, there you go. There you go. There you go. Happens every year with this guy. Every year.
There's always some teams like
that. So, but
and now they got the Phillies coming up. So it's like
Philly's got a good team.
Not getting any easier right now.
No, but after that, it's supposed to get easy. So
right. Well, we'll
see.
Games.
Yeah, they need to play well. They do need to play well.
You know how they say when you put the games you should win, you supposed to win.
Right.
You know, sometimes those are the games you don't win.
Yeah, because
they haven't been teams you should beat.
Right. They haven't been beating teams.
You play down to their level. You know what I mean?
That's for sure.
Yeah. So sometimes that's scary
Very
too.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So,
they started their record off like that. You know, the game teams they supposed to beat, they beat.
It was beating them.
Right.
It was beating them.
But now it's now it's like wow, they might get swept. I hope they at least win 2 of these games. You know, you want them to go in the series and at least get 2 out of 3.
It's a little funny how the trade deadline came up, and all of a sudden, Verdugo's getting hits. Glaber's hitting. These guys like
they hear the whispers. They hear the whispers.
They hear the whispers.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, it's time to wake up," because they played very well this weekend against Boston.
Yeah,
but they haven't been doing.
Right.
And if they contribute the way that they can contribute, then the Yankees could still be the Yankees, because you still got Judge and Soto to deal with. But you got to have everybody else at least putting some kind of effort in.
They got to hit some button, do something else, not just be swinging away.
Well, they picked up somebody from
Chisholm,
right? From
the Marlins,
right? And
they still talking about getting some other people. It ain't over yet.
No, it can't be. You said something one day, Serge, and I think you said you did the interview. You was on what you call him show?
Yeah, on Michael K.
You was like, ain't no way in hell would I ever pitch to
Aaron Judge.
The Judge until they can. I walk him.
You walk him.
You walk him. You make the guy behind him.
Yeah, until they show me the rest of the team can beat me. When he said that, it makes sense.
Barry Bonds with the bases loaded.
Yes.
Just not to piss him.
Yeah,
Aaron Judge is on that level right
they
now.
They rather get one run to get a grand slam.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or like
So-
John Carlos is out.
Right.
So
you make somebody else beat you instead of him.
Right.
And I thought about that, and I said, yo, you're absolutely right, because every time this guy get up, he's knocking him out.
Right.
So why would you pitch to him?
What they were saying.
Look, Boston pitched to him the first game or the second game, and he had 5 hits or something like that, or 4 hits and a walk.
2 walks, 6.
Yeah, he got on base 6 times. Because you pitched to him.
Right.
You might have been better off giving him 6 walks.
Yeah.
Because he hurt them. He hit a home run, and he did a lot of damage.
Double,
So you gotta let somebody else beat it till somebody else can prove that they could beat me. I think that was a good analysis. I like that.
Everyone's
All right,
others batting average is low. Like
Very
terrible.
These guys are batting 220, 190. It's LeMahieu's like 0, 0, 0, or whatever. So might as well be zeros.
Below I-95. But so
it's crazy, man.
But what's so funny about it is like you gave up draft picks. So now you sort of got to trade somebody, and then nobody wants what you have.
Right.
Because the guys aren't really playing it.
Right.
So I mean,
But what they want is our minor leaguers.
Right.
So I mean, they want Dominguez and they want Stephen Jones.
That's not gonna happen.
And I mean, it might, if you could get the guy from the Tigers, that starting pitcher that played in the All-Star game. This guy's a dominant starting pitcher for the Tigers.
You give up Dominguez?
Yes, I would.
That's
or
a
guy
we got
who's
a team right now, and we trying to win right now. And like you said, Boone is on the hot seat.
He's not really on the hot seat.
I think
I think Cashman's more on the hot seat.
I
don't
that
think.
too.
I don't think that.
They need to make a move. They really do.
So if you telling me how many more years you got for him if this year becomes a failure?
Well, when you look at it over all the years, they haven't been to the World Series since 09,
Right.
but they finished like within the money, first, second, third. So, and then they mostly made the postseason. So,
But that ain't good enough for the Yankees. You know that.
Right. I can understand that. I can because there's
You
been
know-
teams
you know
like
the
that.
Yankee
well,
brass.
it's a selling thing, and they putting fannies in the
No,
seats.
well, they always
So
gonna
they
do that.
Definitely not. They're gonna think long and hard about making that move because he's actually the longest tenured GM.
Right.
And
Oh, you talking about Cashman?
he's
Right.
talking about Boone. Well, I was going to say, yo, Serge, feel his forehead. Make sure he all right.
Yeah, make sure he.
Because the way he's talking, I never seen him defend Cashman
No,
or Boone.
listen.
Never.
I'm not
No,
defending him.
What? I got you on tape right now.
Well,
You defended. I just
I'm
got
not
you on tape.
defending him. I'm only trying to rationalize it.
Oh,
I'm that dude who still helping pack their bags. and
I
get
know.
them
That's
out
what I'm saying. I'm
I-
here with you saying.
definitely that dude.
I'm like, is that Dave over there talking?
because again, they still got wiggle room.
No, they
to
do.
figure it out.
They do.
And
It's still tight. It ain't like not
and,
yet.
and
you
I
know.
would have fired him a couple weeks ago. You know, don't get it twisted. But they still need to be able to figure it out. So they can't panic. So even though Boone's explanation is sort of cliche-ish,
Yes.
he's saying the same thing over and over again.
over. Yeah.
But it actually worked this weekend because they won 2 out of 3.
When is Gino? He's supposed to come back when?
Sometime this weekend.
Today,
tomorrow,
Is it today?
Yo, this guy takes forever to come back from a hamstring, man. Forever.
Oh yeah,
But
he's in the
hamstring-
lineup.
Shout out to
Hamstrings-
Velo
he's
Brown,
batting
Anthony
fifth today.
Hernandez.
Hamstrings are something difficult to deal with.
They are, but this guy takes forever. Forever. Every time it's forever.
Well, it's always something delicate.
Yeah.
It was funny because before it was because they said he was too big, too muscular.
And
Right.
he
So
lost
he
weight.
lost weight and got slimmer and supposedly more aerodynamic,
Right.
dramatic, but he still ended up with a hamstring.
With Hernandez, yeah.
He's
So
fragile.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Very much so.
But he's hitting 6 today, so he's gonna be in the
He is
lineup.
in the lineup.
Yeah,
But
he
see, and here go the thing. Who's batting for?
Wells been batting good.
It's-
No, he has. He's been.
Well,
he's
you
been
won 2
pretty good for the
games,
last-
so
But he's been good before that. But
Maybe he could bring back the good luck charm back again if he's
But,
in the line. We see how long he's staying in the
I know
lineup.
we got a little pressure on us because Baltimore already won their game today.
Right.
They
Our game
beat-
coming
they
on in a
beat
few
on-
minutes, ain't it? What
they-
time's our game?
640.
6-4.
Yeah, it's coming on.
They got a doubleheader
I'll
against
get it.
Toronto.
I
And they
like
beat
that.
they beat
I'll
Toronto
get it.
11-5 in the ninth inning,
I'll
so
get it.
that's a win. So we need to win. We got to stay with Baltimore.
And not for
And
nothing.
we're lucky that Baltimore's playing as bad as they playing because if they wasn't, we'd be getting blown out of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they playing just as bad as us. It's
Yeah.
funny that
They
the
start-
whole division is playing
It's
bad.
playing, yeah.
Right,
They not
right.
playing how
Nobody's
they
moving.
were in
Right.
the
Nobody
beginning.
Just that
Yeah.
Everybody was
Yeah.
doing it, and
We
then
surged, and now
and
they
Baltimore
surged, and now
got
we
just
all
as many
surged.
injuries, if not more, than we got. Because they almost their whole starting line, the pitching staff is almost all
That's
injured.
that's the craziest thing about all sports.
Yeah.
Is that injury, man. You can have a good team, and of course, like we seen how it went with the Knicks this year. And then it's like one by one, guys is like, damn, how many guys are gonna get hurt? You know.
All right, so my little trivia question for y'all
Oh.
for the baseball.
Okay, coach.
All right. Shout out to Coach Kirk.
Where's the answers at? So I can look.
That's
That's what he do.
He's Mr. Triv.
You ain't never know. He be like,
Dave is Mr. Triv today.
No, it's just one question, just to
Oh, it's just one?
just to keep up with Coach Kirk. All right, sir, you got it. All right, here we go. All right, so that's the way I look.
That's the way
That's how you
yeah,
be
he don't
looking, you
need.
sure?
Yeah, he don't need to look that hard. He got.
Wow.
I got 4
He
eyes
got.
over here, all
Yeah,
right?
he's got
So,
quickness to his.
all right. The longest drought in baseball, 5 teams not making it to not winning the World Series.
Cubs.
Wrong.
Red
Yeah,
Sox.
no, the Cubs won the law. A few
Right.
Oh no, you
think
talk
like
about
all
from now
Longest drought.
to now.
That right. They're
Right.
never
So,
blinked.
like, a team won, but now
Yeah, that
they
was
in a
before
drought
they
and
won.
haven't-
Like I let
Yeah,
you
yeah.
say it because
Okay.
I don't utter those words out of my mouth.
Cubs.
No,
the Mets.
Mets.
there you go.
Mets
all
is
right,
one.
the Mets is number 5.
Of course, they ain't won since
86.
86.
That's right.
86.
They number 5. So
Wow.
now there's 14.
Oh, since now. Okay.
now
I got
14 teams precede them. They
Oh
the
man.
last on the list.
Seattle Mariners.
The Blue Jays.
No,
Cleveland Indians.
they are number 1, 1948.
The Indian.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Indians.
they
'Cause
haven't
they
won
lost to the Cubs.
I
That
got
year that the
Cincinnati.
Cubs
Right, they
got
both
one.
had the drought. They both was breaking their
No.
droughts. That's right.
Cincinnati won since.
Yeah.
They won since '86.
How they?
Wow.
Yes, they did. Remember, Eric Davis got hurt,
We
and they
we
didn't
going
even.
since '86.
Seattle
okay.
Mariners.
I said,
said
no.
no.
He said no.
Seattle. I don't think
When did
Seattle,
Seattle
ever
won
won.
the championship?
So they no.
So that
a team has won
that has won.
the longest drought.
Okay.
All right.
I got you now. Okay, not just hasn't won, but
There's
won
a team
and then
that
didn't win
haven't
again.
won.
Atlanta Braves.
The Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, that's not.
Number 4.
That's not.
1984.
Detroit.
No.
Detroit.
Right.
Braves aren't one.
No,
Braves won.
since.
Braves been in there.
Braves
Yeah.
won recently.
Oh,
Braves
right,
be in
right,
there.
All right, so we got
We
got
got
three,
The
we got
Diamondbacks?
two more.
Arizona
They
Diamondbacks.
never
We
won.
never won. The longest drought.
Since
Like,
when?
The Diamondbacks never won. Didn't they
never
beat the
won.
Yankees?
Oh yeah, they did beat the
What are you
Yankees.
talking about?
Oh, it must be
Okay,
before
so-
then.
Oh, I know
Before
they
then.
won.
So-
That's
Yeah.
right. I forgot about that.
So just a second. So,
It's got to be from
2001.
80s. Yeah.
so right.
So
We doing from
before-
This
80
is
what?
confusing. This is
The
confusing.
last team that made it and is the Mets in number 5. It's 86.
Right.
So
So
the
got
numbers got to be since 86.
You gotta understand something.
Gotta
Teams
go
that-
backwards.
Teams that
Right.
beat the Yankees, they get out my brain. I don't,
Right.
I don't think of them. So they don't
That's
count.
Shout out to
Right.
Anthony
That's-
Heron, Derek Gilchrist. No, the Brewers are not it. All right, shout out to Anthony. Wilcox, no, Oakland is not it.
San Diego Padres.
No, San Diego never won.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's a different type of
Right.
drought.
Right. It's, yeah. They
Yeah,
won.
I'll see what he said.
All
Um,
right, so we got 2 teams left.
Toronto Blue Jays.
All right, no, they won it.
Ain't one of them teams in
91.
Florida?
No.
No.
Pittsburgh Pirates.
Ding, 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 ding. 79. I should have gave you a hint, right?
I didn't need it. I was thinking about
All
it.
right, one more team. I'll give you a hint. American League.
Minnesota Twins.
No.
They never won one. Or they just
No.
went
I think.
short.
I think they probably short.
Orioles.
Ding, 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 ding,
Baltimore
ding.
Orioles.
All right, so Baltimore Orioles. So 86 for the Mets, 84 for Detroit, 83 for Baltimore, 79 for Pittsburgh, and 1948 for the Cleveland
Cavaliers.
Indian
Indians.
Guardians. Now, 'cause this is
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, I said Cavs.
All right.
It's the Indians.
So that was good.
Guardians.
It's the Guardians now.
That's a good one.
Right.
If you came
Shout
up
out to
with
Coach Kirk.
he threw that
Oh,
to you.
Kirk
He
said-
No,
gave-
he didn't throw that to me. I would have been over there beating him in the head. No, Kirk, no. Stop looking at my slip.
So they still win this one. They got the longest streak since not winning.
So guess what? We got a football game Thursday night.
This Thursday.
Yes.
Hall of
Hall of
Fame.
Fame game.
Right.
It's this Thursday.
Who is it?
The Bears and
Bears,
somebody.
yeah, Bears play
Oh,
somebody.
the Texans, I think.
Yeah.
Where they playing at?
In Canton, Ohio.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So has anybody
Yeah.
been watching the Giants Hard Knocks training camp?
No.
Yeah, I ain't watch them.
Nobody watching.
I ain't gonna watch them. After that sequence, they talked about
With Saquon?
Saquon.
Is
I
not
ain't gonna have
disheartening.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that
you got,
GM sitting there. I don't know how he still got a job.
well, because again,
They don't want to pay
and,
running back.
and it's not
They want
so
to pay.
much.
They want to pay
And
their
I'm definitely not defending
QB.
him nor Cashman, but they probably need to process the season before they 86 him. But it's close to say that what's that last game that dude probably pack his bags.
Yeah, but they picked their quarterback over their franchise running back, which made no sense to me.
That didn't make
And
no
now
sense.
they're trying to
But if,
sandbag the quarterback.
right, but if you did watch that episode with the GM,
Mhm.
the owner himself said, "Do what you got to do to sign Saquon." He don't want him walking out the door, and especially the Philly.
But then he told
And
him
then-
to test the market. But then
That
get
the
back
GM
to-
did that.
Right, and I
But the
wouldn't get
owner
back to
took-
you.
No, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
He
either.
did.
I wouldn't either.
And he went to your rival.
Yes. So he was told him, man, do what you got to do. Don't let him go, especially not to our rival. He likes Saquon, and I don't know. I always feel you the owner. You're supposed to get what you want. These guys work for you. What the hell was that guy doing? I didn't get it.
I don't get it. So like with the Last Dance, remember, and that was the same scenario with Pippen because Krause was the GM, Riesendorf was the owner. And the owner, when Scotty went to him, the owner said, "Don't sign that contract."
He told him
But-
don't sign it because that was a horrible contract he
right.
signed.
But he wanted the money for his family. He wanted the guaranteed money.
That was a
forever.
Mr. Magoo move, bro.
Yeah.
He could have.
Well-
He could have got more if he would have waited, and the owner
But-
told him to wait.
right.
He
told
didn't
him to
wanna
wait.
Do that.
That
And
was
then when
a horrible
and
contract.
then when he
signed.
comes back to try to get out of it, he's gonna
It's
tell
too
him
late.
no.
Yeah, it's too
Right, you
late.
gotta
I told
honor
you
it.
don't do it. I told you don't do it. That was a horrible contract he signed. But,
So yeah, I mean GM's got a lot on their plate, and again, I mean, you know, me personally, like if you're not producing as a GM, but you know, you gotta sort of see it through. So, like surprisingly, say the Giants finish with a 9-8 record, is that a foulable offense?
Very much so.
No, it's not.
Not with
because
that quarterback.
They're not expected to
Not
be
with
that
that
good.
team. Yeah, not with that team. Not with that
They're
team.
not expected to be that good.
That's
Yeah.
actually a right. That's
Right,
actually a
that's
decent
not a
record.
foulable offense.
Their defense should be much better.
Right.
Right.
So you might pride on
we got to see if this guy can hold up in the
defense win
pocket.
games, right?
So he's
Who's
fragile
the backup?
too.
Locke? Drew Lock?
Yeah. Good
Well,
luck.
I'm still mad they got 17 games now.
They're
Well,
talking about
they
18.
getting ready to have 18.
Oh my
They're
god.
talking about 18.
Yeah, and
But
it's
it
gonna
won't be
happen.
this season.
No,
It
but
might
it's
be
gonna
next
happen.
season.
Yeah,
They're trying to get 18.
Yeah,
They're
and
trying
they're
to
gonna
go
get
to
it.
2 preseason
They-
games.
and
That's
they gonna
a
get
lot.
it.
That's a
crazy.
lot of wear and tear.
That's
It's a
just
lot of
crazy.
win
They
too.
should get rid of the Thursday
Throw
game.
the records in the
Make,
garbage.
Yo, it's
make,
horrible.
make the game. You want to make it a Saturday game.
Every
Them
running
Thursday
back is
games
gonna
are
have
horrible.
2,000
Oh.
yards.
Horrible those Thursday games.
5,000
Yeah.
yards passing.
Horrible. I can't
They
stand
gonna
those
be
Thursday.
recover
normal.
well.
Can't stand it. How, like you said, you heard Serge read off the Jets' first 3 games in 10 days.
Right.
How you play
Right.
3 games in 10
They try to
days?
squeeze
When do
it
your
all
body
together.
recover? When do your body recover?
Good, yo.
It's horrible. This league is crazy.
Getting back to that, they only play 3 1:00 games
Right.
The whole,
during
whole
the-
season.
No,
The-
at
the-
home.
At home.
at
Yes.
home, and 2 of them are in December when it's ice cold
And one
in
is
New
in
Jersey, and the
September.
other one is in September against the Broncos.
Wow.
So
They play the Broncos. Who's the other team you trying to get the tickets for?
Seattle.
Seattle, and then they play the Rams the last game of the season
So-
at home at 1:00.
So-
But other than that, they're on the road, or they're at night, or they're on Thursday, or they're on Monday.
And I tried to
They
get
not-
the best that I could get for the situation.
No, that makes. I get that.
And I
It
don't
makes
need
sense.
New York, where I live at, as prime time games. I need my Steelers on the prime
move-
time.
so move to Pittsburgh.
It's not you, it's the rest of the country.
So move to Pittsburgh. If
Right.
you're a real fan, move
Huh?
to Pittsburgh. If you're a
Nah,
real
we
fan,
trying
No,
to get the Thursday
No,
Pittsburgh
no.
Thursday games at 2:00.
no. What you have to do, sir, is take some of your money for the league pass for football. Then you can see all their games.
No,
How about that?
I didn't see all their games,
All right.
Don't
Well,
tell
you
you
good.
that.
but I don't want New York on prime time all doggone year.
you think they get what you
But
want?
you
Yeah, I
know,
they don't.
that actually helps you because that means they're not
They'll
on
get
Sunday,
they'll get on the 1
and you
o'clock.
got you got
Yeah,
other.
We'll see how that works.
Well, they're gonna show better games, I would
Yeah,
think.
yeah, they'll
They're
show
gonna
the,
show the prime
they show
games.
the prime game.
Now that don't
Yeah.
mean Pittsburgh is gonna show up on
Yeah,
any
Right.
of
he
them.
may not
Right.
still see you.
That's
Right,
what I'm
might not
saying.
still see him.
It still
I
might
don't
not
know
be
if
Pittsburgh because
Russell-
they're not prime time.
Russell
But
Wilson might not hold that much weight
yeah, well,
these days.
He ain't holding much
Who's
weight right now
back?
because
it feels.
He gonna be all
he ain't been at practice in 4 practices in a row. They talk about I don't know what you call him looking good,
Fields might be the starter.
but yeah,
We'll see how it go.
yeah. So
But yeah,
Oh, Wilson is hurt.
yeah, he got a calf injury.
Oh,
they
Well, see,
He's
back
like-
to the-
You
back
see,
to the-
you
back
see,
to the
you
injury.
see. That's
You heard
gonna
that.
that's gonna take about 6 weeks to heal.
Back to the cast.
That's who's talking about.
You know what I'm saying? He might miss.
We
He might miss half the season because of that.
we talked about that.
So-
we talked about it last year because so
And they didn't. The way they said it, like he woke up one day and called the coach. That, I won't be at the practice today. It ain't like they don't know when it happened. They ain't see him get hurt in the practice. He woke up out of sleep talking about my calf hurt.
I heard he was supposed to have lunch with John Carlos.
Oh wow.
Yo, that's
one
crazy.
with this schedule the Jets got,
It's crazy.
God forbid Aaron Rodgers plays 4 plays at the beginning of the season against the 49ers,
Yo,
and you got them on prime time the rest of the season, you in trouble.
Somebody-
I get you got Tyrod Taylor, but that's not the reason that they want.
I
to
think
put
it
these
was-
guys on prime
I
time.
think
It's
Ragu-
all about Rodgers.
I think Ragu said don't play him the first game. He said he wouldn't play him the first game.
See, and,
How you gonna do that though?
but
How
see,
you gonna go into the season
Right.
automatically giving up a W?
Yeah, he's like,
You
yo,
gotta
if I
play
was
your
them,
best
I wouldn't play him
quarterback.
the first game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that schedule is crazy.
yeah. But see, it comes down, like you said, why are you adding 2 more real pro games to the schedule? You know what I'm saying? 16 games to me
It
personally.
was enough.
That was
It's
perfect.
enough.
The Zen
It's-
master on the check.
and we
It
got
shouldn't have
some-
been no more than that.
Yeah, it should never be no more than that.
But
Because like you
But-
just said, the
it-
guys
it-
is getting hurt, man. Yeah, I know.
The residual effect of that is you used to have 4 preseason games. You played the third game like almost a real game.
Right.
The fourth game you rested your guys.
Right.
Now you only got 3 preseason games, so that 4th game is your first game of the season
Right.
where
Right.
you normally would have been resting them
Right.
guys.
Yeah.
You throwing them into the Lions den,
Right.
and that's affecting the weight. Like they said,
Everything's
now
affecting that.
it looks like it takes all the teams a little bit longer to get on track because they so used to doing it the old way,
Yep.
and now you're doing it like this. And if you take away another preseason game, that means them first 2 or 3 games of the season are gonna look like prime preseason games.
You're
but
gonna
they're
get
be
more
regular season.
injuries, more injuries, and more injuries.
So and it's still only one bye week.
and it's
right?
gonna be bad football.
It's still only one bye week. Am I right?
As far as
Yeah,
I know.
no, it's 2, ain't it?
It's 2 bye weeks.
No, it's 1.
You
It's
get
one
one.
bye
Yeah,
week.
18
That's what I'm
weeks.
saying.
Everybody don't get it together, but it's
Right,
only
they
one.
Can't,
Yeah.
They can't extend it
Yeah.
because that extends the season.
They don't
Yeah,
care.
but like Todd
They'll
said,
play-
they
they'll play
adding an
Super Bowl in
18th
March.
game. That is
Eventually.
extending the season.
If they could find a way to extend the football season in March, the NFL would love that. That's a whole nother month of football. That's another $3 billion.
Right.
That's a lot.
But they all
Because
work
it don't matter when you play the game. They
NFL,
would still people gonna watch it.
MLB, NHL, they know they have to
That's
work
why
around each other.
when you hear these owners talk about we care about the safety of our players,
They don't.
who they talking to?
Right.
Who they talking to?
That's just
You
political
just-
correct.
Yeah, you just care about lining your pockets because you
Right.
wouldn't be playing no 18 games.
18
Shout out
games,
to
man.
You know what I'm
Janine
saying?
Smith.
16 should be tops. It should have never even
Yeah,
been a 17, like you said.
Yeah.
14 was good.
14 was
16 should be tops, and that's it.
Yeah.
You're gonna play 18 games. Get out of there. You're gonna kill these guys. These guys ain't gonna have no careers.
Yeah, but you know
Yeah,
how they're gonna
okay.
get them to do it. They're just gonna offer them more.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's another $1 million for the 18th game, or $2 million.
So now,
they-
so now you get what's the thing they do in basketball when guys sit out?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You'll have start having that in the
Yeah,
NFL.
right, will.
Yeah, I forgot about
The player thing. What the you
Yeah.
know that thing I'm
Yeah.
talking.
What's it called?
Management, load management.
Low
management.
management.
Low man. Then they'll start that in football.
Right.
Nah, I ain't playing no 18
And that's-
games.
that's what
I'm
you
gonna
just
sit out
said.
2 of them.
Right.
I'm gonna sit out 2. Look, I got a nick right.
Right.
You see that mosquito bite? I can't play right.
Right.
That's what you got to say.
Yeah, you got to do the load
And
management
they gonna
now.
play the first game.
Yeah.
Like your man ain't they camp.
Right.
Russell.
But like you said, like you just said, the money. Look, we just talked about NBA going to Amazon Prime now, and they said this estimated 5 years, they estimated to make $76 billion.
11.
No, I'm talking about the whole, you know.
Yeah, it's an 11-year contract.
Oh, so right, 11-year contract, $76
With
billion.
NBC, Disney,
Yeah, all
Right.
good, right.
It's gonna be
And
basketball
Amazon.
on
So-
every day.
But like Charles
Right,
said,
it's
they
gonna be
just
basketball every
didn't
day.
want TNT because TNT was willing to match Amazon,
Yeah,
and the NBA said no.
yeah.
So
Right.
they just didn't want TNT
Right,
no
Yeah.
more.
right. But
Charles
dude talk.
Barkley said he was going to retire after next year.
Yeah.
He ain't going nowhere.
Well,
You know how much money they're going to throw at him?
If
to
they
come to
offer
one
him
of
money,
But see,
yeah.
this
them?
is the
Amazon, any one of them people going
Yeah,
to
but
Here
you
you go.
gotta bring all of them because if you don't bring all of
Shaq
them,
and Kenny.
yeah, if you don't, and
And,
Ernie's not
Ernie.
gonna go. He's
Well, that's
TNT
the
person.
team. That's the team.
He ain't going. He's a
somebody,
definitely a TNT
well,
person.
he might
Money
be able to
talks.
maneuver out of
Yeah, I don't know about having to bring all of them because the main one really is Charles, because you never know what the hell you're going to say.
Yeah.
Well, you could always find a Kenny Smith. And Shaq, all you got to do is look for some guy whose eyes don't go the same way, and then you can replace him.
Yeah, but Shaq and Barkley, you gotta have together.
You got to have Shaq and Barkley.
Yeah, I think you gotta
Eh,
have.
We'll see.
You know,
I
I got
love
5 rings. You know, I got 4 rings. She ain't got no rings. so
Shaq
we
got
can't
Shaq
talk.
got his hand in a whole lot of things. He don't need that money.
He don't.
He don't.
He
He
don't.
don't need
He
it.
don't.
He
He
don't
don't
need
need
it. Kenny
don't.
might need it. But he
Kenny
don't.
was the highest paid
I
behind
gonna say,
her.
Kenny don't
Kenny
need
was
it.
making 17 million a year
Cats don't
doing
need
that. They making
I
good
don't think
money.
He
he's
ain't gonna
starving
get that
either.
from but he
Nah.
ain't gonna get that from
No, not
Mm,
nobody
other
else. I
cats.
doubt it. I doubt it. So
You can
it's,
find
who
a
we
couple.
gonna be?
it's just so when you think about it, because for this year, for me, I felt the difference like not hearing Mark Jackson and
Van Gundy.
Van Gundy. You know what I'm saying? Now you're not gonna hear Shaq. It ain't the same. It's
Yeah,
like
it
the
feels
guys
different.
calling. Yo, what's it called to me? Suck calling the game. I couldn't stand him, the coach of the Lakers now.
Oh,
You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
they
Him,
gotta
yeah,
get
they
him
kept
in.
calling him. I'm like, yo, get out of
He
here.
might
with
be
it.
back in the booth soon.
Yeah, I'm like, you got to bring back the regulars, guys who, to do this game like it ain't nothing. It's like a different flow. I didn't like it.
You know
and
what?
then these guys ain't going to be, it's just crazy.
I did have to get used to them because
I ain't
I
like it.
liked Reggie and I liked Bill Walton.
You like Reggie?
Yeah, them two guys. I like Bill Walton and Reggie when they
May
did
Bill
when they
rest
did the
in peace,
game.
but Reggie,
Mm.
Yeah,
but it's just like
Reggie
these
was
guys
a cheerleader to
every
me.
every
Brett
every
Musburger.
5 or 10 years
they switch
they
them up.
switch him
Yeah,
up
they
because
gotta
it used to
switch
be
them up.
UB Brown and Mike Fratello.
Right,
Yeah.
Hubie Brown. I like
Yeah,
Hubie.
it was
Hubie-
Mike
Hubie
Fratello.
was great.
Yubi knows the game.
Yeah, Hubie
they-
was
you
great.
be
And both of
90
them
and
are
still
around,
know the
but they
game.
ain't doing
Older than
game.
you, Bella.
But Mike Fratello, you don't hear about him no more. I don't know where he work. He ain't doing no game. Yubi still do games.
And
Yeah,
back
UB was
way
great.
back in the day, used to be Marv.
Yeah,
Marv-
Marv Albert,
yeah,
Brett
Marv Albert.
Musburger,
Yeah,
and them
Marv
guys,
Albert.
they did the
Yeah.
game.
Shout out to
Keith
Ted
Jackson.
So we might just gotta
Ted
get
Riley
used.
had to
Yeah,
take it.
we might have to just have to get used to who they bring in.
Right. Once you
Yeah.
start listening to him for a few
Yeah,
years,
yeah.
and it's the voice that you get used to.
It was horrible this year. I'm gonna tell you, it
That's
was
the first
horrible.
year. And he's going
That's
in
why
and-
Doc Rivers cut out. He said, "I don't know how long this is gonna.
Right,
Let me get
right.
out of here." Yeah. I don't know. It was horrible, bro.
I don't know. Doc Rivers wasn't that great.
Yeah, he
to
wasn't
me
that
either.
great either.
Nah,
And he took the coach's job, so
he ain't great doing that either.
right. I don't know if he opened up jobs for somebody, but they made their decisions. They'll figure it out.
Of course they will. They paying $76 billion.
Yeah, they gonna pay somebody to do it. I get
Somebody's
it,
gonna
but
do it.
The last man on the bench is getting well paid now, so he ain't gonna be able to complain.
but then,
about
that's
it.
well, no,
other-
what's gonna
Did you-
happen?
Did you
Yeah.
see the thing where they compared the salaries for Wembayama and Caitlin Clark?
Nah.
Caitlin-
How
The
different
disparity?
it is,
I didn't see that.
She make less than 1% of what he make
making?
annually. She makes
Yeah, but-
$76,000
She making TA work.
and he
somewhere.
make 12. Exactly what I
Yo, he
said.
had me crying.
That's what I said.
No,
Eight
yo,
hours. That you said what I
Serge had
said?
me crying with that.
She a TA
Yo, he
worker.
had me crying. He said, "Yo, you could TA
Yeah,
workers
but you
make
know
more
why
money."
it's like that?
Yeah, I
Because they
was
don't have
crying.
no TV revenue.
That's 8 hours.
No,
That's an
no.
80-hour
But
week.
even that, the TV revenue, they're giving them $76 billion.
cleaner
They're
makes
giving
that
the women
revenue.
$200 million out of that $76
Trying to get
billion.
my son to
They're
get
not-
that job.
They subsidize them,
So
but
he
I
said-
honestly think that they don't think that game is going to grow as much as a lot of people seem to believe it's going to grow. Because if it was that important to them, out of $76 billion, you would give them at least a couple of billion.
Right.
They only
People-
give
They
them
said
200 million. 200 million.
they were saying that soon enough you're gonna have the first $1 million player. They were saying soon enough it's coming. $1 million a year.
From United
For-
States.
No, I'm saying
You talking
no.
about women?
Yeah,
you
the
talking about
women. I'm
from
talking about
United-
$1 million contract
Right.
making them.
Oh,
They
right.
said they said soon enough it's coming.
That's
Okay.
gonna
They got
take
it.
a
Because they
while, 'cause I
making
think
that
that's-
gone.
overseas.
Yeah,
They make $1
overseas.
million
Yeah.
overseas.
And-
Overseas, your money you make overseas, they only not only do you get the $1 million in money, they pay for your housing and your car.
Right.
They pay
They
for
give
all of that
everything.
over there.
Jim, that's
Yeah, they pay for
But
all
the
that.
game is
They
much
buy your
bigger
house
over there.
and your car too.
Right,
On
right.
top of
let
your
me
salary.
just say the game that I went to was sold out.
A lot of games are sold
Who
out.
were they
soon.
playing?
Connecticut.
Oh, all right.
And it was a decent game.
No, they say the
And then-
games,
and
the,
they
the,
start-
the average,
Liberty
the
start
games
playing
as far as
Right, the
people
attendance
coming
had
to the
been-
games
Went up.
now,
Yeah, that
tickets
went
have
up.
gone up because the people have come. People are coming out this year more than they ever came out before.
Right, right.
They're,
right.
they're starting to come back. They're starting to come out, and it ain't just Caitlin Clark either.
I was going to
You
say,
got a lot of good young players out there that's playing ball out
yeah,
there.
I was going to say
Them
more,
games been good,
more college females got to come out.
and they
be
will.
great, and
They're
be great,
gonna,
right.
because you
And
still got a
that'll
lot of good players in
make-
college.
Yeah, that'll make it. That'll make the.
And I've been following. I think I've watched more games this year than ever. Since the beginning. But
Oh,
for
I
the
always-
last few years,
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of games this year, and the games have been good games. They've
All right.
been really good games.
Well, I would like to say it's a great show, and I want everybody to have their parting shots. So my parting shot would be that I hope that I could get my league off the ground this year, so we can get some ratings. Because
What it look like?
look like I gotta go see how the gym is.
Did they finish that gym? They
I
never.
don't know. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna
Okay.
stop in. I'm gonna stop in this week and see what's what. All right, so great show, fellas. Let's do our goodbyes and Mel can take us home. Magnificent. We'll start off with you.
Well, I just want to say I'm glad the callers, when you called and talked to us, that our audience could hear you finally. We finally got the kinks out. We thank the people for sticking with us during that time we got the kinks out. But as again, we always like to thank our audience and our listeners and the calling in. Like I said, without y'all, we can't do the show.
The Relic. Go ahead.
I'm just waiting for football season. See what we're gonna do. Thanks, everyone.
Nothing.
G Money sitting in for Coach Kurt. Shout out to Coach Kurt.
Well, I'm just saying, this is my second time doing this. It's better each time I do it because I don't like to talk in front of people. So shout out to everyone, and to the next time.
Shout out to all his ladies. No, let me stop.
Really?
What is he doing? You want to say that off camera?
You want me to put that bus in reverse now?
Wow.
Just joking. All right, so Sebastian, tell fans not here today.
Nobody said no names. Cut it out.
Cut it out. I just want to thank everybody listening, and I hope that y'all have a great week.
So when I said that jokingly, like I was just thinking of like one of them shows, like we would pop the balloon and like it's like 10 people and they looking to seeing if they like somebody. Oh, this guy's good. Oh no, pop the balloon. Anyway, like.
You ever seen that?
Yeah, I see that.
All right,
crazy.
so it's cool.
I
So again,
It's a game show
it's a little game show
on TikTok.
Right. So
I will tell you.
So just like, hey, it's just great to pick up people. So again, thank y'all and everybody for checking us out, and we will be back next week. And again,
you gotta be very careful if you didn't hear what Greg said. He don't like talking in front of people, but it's his second time here, and he's getting comfortable now. So you guys better come to work. Don't miss too many days of that seat to be taken. I'm listening. Good night, y'all.
Good night. Enough said.
Woo. That's so funny. That's how I started. Came as a guest.
Oh, yeah.
Came after Dave called me. Yo, you coming back? Like what? Came as a guest. Yes. Oh my God! I gotta charge my phone.
It's not that hard to get replaced.
No, not at all. We didn't have a few people come and go. Oh, when I get my car. I didn't realize that. You gotta get your game back together, man. You gotta spit some bars to close the show, man. You know what I mean? You gotta get it back, polish your game up.